Ah, cool. It says going live, and we're live. Very really randomly doing a live stream, just thinking, yeah, that will do. So I don't know how many people are going to join because this is really sporadic. I need to kind of like properly do the streams. So okay, I'm going to talk about the Power Ranger stuff that has come out at the moment because I think that there is a ton of it. I did actually record all of this, but my batteries were really low on the computer. On the camera, I thought they were all charged, but it was flashing red, so it's going to take me a while to go over that to kind of bring out the news. But I decided that I would do it. I think I'm going to put the headphones on a bit because I know I'm going to hear constantly. So it's just the kind of way to stop it. And then if I watch any stuff, so I still haven't figured out how to have multiple things. So you know when people have like little boxes and little information, I still haven't done this. I've kind of found my place where I want to stream. It's going to be in the corner of the room where the set is normally. So I'm going to put it on Twitter. So let's just split that apart and just go, I'm just going live. I'm going live right now. Come and join me on Airlim, because that's the channel name, at www.youtube.com/Airlim, because I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be talking about Power Rangers and other things. Please join me. Please join me. Please join me. Okay, so we've got 3 people in the room. Cool. Okay, so that's that one done. Let's do Facebook. I'm streaming now because I'm going to be talking about, I can't even type, about Power Rangers and other things. So come and join me. Please. youtube.com/LM. Cool. Okay. Let's have a look. So let's bring up Twitter. So we got the main things. We got the fan stuff. Let's go to Twitter and let's see what I posted out. Okay. So let's talk about. Let's talk about. Let's see the putties because that came out first. Okay, so the putty pack, I am pretty much okay with. I actually really thought that this should have been the Green Ranger and putty pack. 2 putties, that's it. Just those particular ones, because it made more sense rather than bringing out 2 putties now. Because putties have never really been done before, not to this quality anyway. So I think that they easily could have made this the pack, and then it could have been brought out properly. Only because it is the best thing, because everyone would have bought this. Everyone would have wanted putties, and you could have saved the Green Ranger until like much later on. Now we are going to get a. We all know we're going to get another Green Ranger. It's just because it's that simple. Hang on, let me just place that there. So we know that we were going to get the putty pack and stuff like that, but the Green Ranger, sorry. But you kind of think that would have been a thing rather than just that. So it'll be the non-fighting spirit, Tommy. So yeah, the one thing that I'm really liking is the fact that we've got the explosions on the chest, because that is perfect. What they could have done is I think that they could have brought up like the Z one, so they could put the Z putty harness on. So I'm wondering how many people are going to try and make that, because I think that would be cool. So hello to the 4 people in the room right now. It's nice to have you. So, right, okay, the psychos. I am going to burp in this, so I apologize. So, with the Green Psycho, I like the look of him. I just don't think this is the time to bring him out. I think that this, yeah, my hair is a mess. It's when you do live. So yeah, I think generally the Green Psycho should have come out. Let me take this off. There's nothing here. Yeah, the Green Psycho I think should have been like much later on, because I think that if you had the pink or yellow, that would have made more of a impact, I reckon, on this one, because it would make more sense rather than just be like, it's do green because green needs to be done. So I mean, there's not really kind of much from that one. He just comes with a dagger. That's particularly it. So I have seen like quite a few people turn around and actually have a massive go saying like, he's not part of the canon. Like, I don't know why in Hasbro they talked about was it like, oh, this is part of the lore, because it never was. That I don't remember a Green Psycho Green in Space Ranger. So with this one, I generally kind of think that they just did it for the comics, and I think there's like in the comics, I'm sure they did the Green Ranger again. It was in the Power Rangers in Space comic book. I haven't actually properly read that yet. But yeah, I think that with this, it was just why do we have him? He looks cool, but I would have preferred to have like one of the females, like pink or yellow, to come out. I'm very surprised that they didn't do pink to begin with. Okay, so what's the next one? Okay, the Zordon Alpha Pack. Okay, right. As much as I think that this is an awesome thing, I really wish that they had put in like when they had Alpha, like properly in the Hasbro Pulse thing, the fan first Friday. I think they should have had Alpha next to a Ranger, because then we could have easily seen something, like seen how tall he is. Because this just reminds me of the Bandai pack that they released a while ago. Hello from Canada, or hello from the UK. So hello Canadian Blu-ray. So I think that, like, do you remember that Bandai pack that they did with that really small Zordon figure? That is what when I saw this is exactly what I kind of thought. Now I know Zordon is possibly the most easiest character, but I generally kind of think that this could have had a little bit more thought. But it looks like it's from the Zeo, like the Zeo chamber, and I think that in the Hasbro thing, the video, you saw it kind of turn around, and that was the main thing. So it's not even a full tube; it's half a tube, and I think that's a bit kind of crap. I don't know. I just generally thought they would be slightly better. I think the only like kind of saving grace for this one is the fact that Alpha comes with a teddy bear. Now, missed opportunity. They could have had him come with a CD as well. The one that Tommy puts in Mighty Morphin just to shred them, just to make him have a virus. I would have just put that in just for the lols and stuff like that. That's how I would have done it. It would have made a little bit more kind of perfect sense. But it's just these little things. The figure looks okay painted. I don't know. I think also one of my friends pointed out, just underneath his where the 2 dots are underneath the lightning, there it's meant to be black. So I don't know why they've painted it blue. But to be Also, the head's way too small. It should be a little bit bigger. That's how I always thought Alpha always had like a big head. That was the main thing. Okay, so now let's talk about possibly one of the biggest things, which is the Morpher. Now, me personally, I think that I know that they want to make money, so we know much later on what's going to happen. But for me personally, I would have added 2 extra plates. I would have had gold and then the silver, and that's so you could change between like Tommy or the others. Oh, pardon me, full of wind. Okay, so I would have had the 2 colors, and I would have had the dragon coin included in this one as well, because I think it would have made kind of more sense from one particular thing, because we know like later on we're going to get the Dragon Morpher and the White Ranger Morpher, and we're going to get those 2 coins. I just kind of think that this would have been something a little different. Now, from the video, I do know that you put the coins in, it says like the Tyrannosaurus. Why does Jason sound like that? Tyrannosaurus. Hello, New Kun from New York. So how are you both actually? I'm talking, how are you, Canadian Blu-ray and New Kun? How are you? Let's get a conversation going. I can see this stream going on for a little bit, so I generally thought I'm gonna like talk about stuff. Okay, so it's when you put the Morpher, when you put the coin into the Morpher, it obviously turns around and it says like the sounds from it. So I think that's really cool. I think, you know, as one of my friends and I were talking, is you think that the Bandai are going like, oh my god, why didn't we think of that? Perfect. Oh my god, that is. Why did we never think of that? We could have sold the version 3 Legacy Morpher. Holy crap, we've forgotten about it. So that's what I kind of think. But you know, it's something different. Like the Dragon Dagger, I have to admit, is pretty cool because obviously you have to play the proper notes for it. I don't like Dino Fury. Dino Fury sounds like John. Kind of. We are coming to that one in a bit. So packaging for the Morpher, I think looks good. It's very obviously in the shape of a Morpher, so I think that's kind of cool. And I think that this is the no, it's not. I was going to say, oh, maybe this is also the first time that we've seen the Blue Ranger box art, but we've not because that figure's come out. The stand, I think, looks really, really nice. I reckon that anything like a Morpher or weapon will possibly come with a stand. Why? Because maybe that's just Hasbro's thing. So it should be interesting. So the coins are die-cast metal, which is fine. But I'm guessing the rest of the Morpher is just going to be kind of like the same. It's just literally going to be like plastic. So I'm very much looking forward to that one. Then, okay, so the biggest thing that we're talking about, that was released, I was very surprised, but I kind of understood why, which I think maybe from now on will affect. So Dino Fury, the name, I didn't expect it to be Dino Fury. I thought it was going to be something like, as everyone's been going on, like Dino Knights. That was the thing. Let's just leave that there. So I thought it was going to be Dino Knights, but maybe they're Dino Fury. So yeah, as New says, it does sound like Jungle Fury. So it's like Power Rangers, Dino Fury. Yeah, I love the logo. I said that in the video that I was going to edit. Hi, Orwell. How are you? So I said in my other video, which I lost all the files to, my camera was really kind of like messed up. So because literally, I thought I charged my batteries. I'm going to see if I can salvage those files. But I really love the logo. I am absolutely fine. A little bit tired, but I am doing fine. I hope everyone is staying inside at the moment and looking after themselves. Because of the evil pandemic that's going on. But I'm hoping that everyone's safe. So, yeah, Dino Fury. I just love the logo. I generally, out of all the Power Ranger logos that we've had, where they've added little things. Dino Fury, like that one is just, it stands out. I think someone on Twitter mentioned that it looks very similar to the Transformers one with Optimus Prime. I'm glad that you're keeping busy. I think we all have. Like, I've literally not kind of stopped with being busy. It just seems to be absolutely like tons of it. So much work. Okay, so I'm also kind of when it's also turning here saying Dino Fury coming in 2021 on Nickelodeon. I thought was the contract up, or was the contract coming up now? Like, it's got 1 year, and then they can talk about it being moved. Do you like the generic summary of Dino Fury that is part of the official announcement? So it's a generic thing that we see every single year. It is something, an army of powerful aliens, something that we've not seen before. Aliens, obviously, that it's always some sort of thing. It's just like they're bringing a new evil to the world, and that they're gonna happen, and it's just going to like destroy things. And then it's like this ancient power that no one's ever seen before. Not even Zordon saw this. Boom, comes out to it. So it's a generic thing, which is fine for now because it's a Twitter. Sorry, I am full of gas right now. So, like, I think that that we will see something big. I think that because of Hasbro and obviously of what's going on outside with the pandemic, I think right now we are going to see like probably just the stills and stuff like that they're going to have out there. So we're not going to see much. So we'll see pictures come up, and that's about it. Pictures of the actors, that is. Okay. I think it will. I think that. Thinking off the top of my head, I reckon that they will have to bring in the night theme, or they will bring it. People already hate. Cool. People always hate on Dino Fury or any of the brand new Power Ranger stuff. It's always the same stuff that you see. If you see it, tag me on Twitter, because I actually do want to really read this. Might as well do something live. Okay, so the Nick contract has a year left. Yeah, for me personally, if you were to move Power Rangers to another network now, I would have moved it as like had the Sentai battle, but had the Power Ranger battle, but kind of like maybe made it for like maybe 5 to 10 seasons, and then bring it all out. So yeah, that would make sense, because then they could have put it to the new network. They could have introduced it to. If you've not seen the Sentai battle, I will briefly explain it. Hi, Monica. A cool Zordon line figure. It pretty much is a chicken nugget. Okay, so if you've not seen the Sentai battle, what the premise was is pretty much, I think it was one member from each team had been invited by this like sorcerer, and she had like everyone had to fight. It was like a thing, and it drew energy into this big monster. And you had like main team, and it followed one team. Which Power Ranger battles was it? Super Sentai battle. Super Sentai battle. That was the one. Internet connection speed. Nope, that is the Wii game. Super Sentai. Strongest Battle, that was what it was called. Okay, so it's 4 episodes, but it mainly consisted of Captain Marvelous, the guy from the animal one, I can't remember the name, the girl from Takuja, Ninja Red, and Wong, the Orange Ranger from the space battle one. I can't remember the names off that one. So mainly I would have replaced them, and I would have had like Troy, Jason, and then so on and so on. So this whole battle, it was like all these rangers would come together, they'd fight. Whoever lost, and the teams went into a kind of like a battle royale, and thus therefore you had the rear soldiers kind of sneaking around in the background, trying to figure out some stuff, and then boom, there we go. Like they'd get introduced, and I was really hoping that Hasbro would have adapted that one. So the Sentai was actually like the Sentai battle was actually pretty like really really cool. So I generally really liked it. Where am I going? I'm completely off topic now. Hello, Sushi Sunshine. I can't even speak. Hello, Sushi Sunshine. Okay, so yeah, basically, so yeah, that's how I would have kind of transitioned if it was going to another network. But I have a feeling that it's going to stay on Nickelodeon. But that is a whole different type of video that I kind of really, really want to do much, much later on. And then obviously we got some other news earlier that we're getting a Power Ranger pony, which I think looks really, really, really cool. And now we are getting a Transformers one as well, which again looks really badass. I'm guessing it's because it's Sushi and then Sunshine, because it's the two S's and it sounds kind of long. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, so what are we talking about? Okay, we're talking about Power Rangers. Hey Toko Kid, how are you? So it's very kind of cool that all this sort of stuff is coming out from Hasbro at the moment. I generally do kind of think that there should be some more. But it was just like everything was dropped. It was just like, oh, the Power Rangers Twitter account's like, hey, bam, have a look at this. We've got these 5 things for you. It's just like Lightning Collection, bam, Power Ranger name. So I'm kind of wondering now if this is just one thing where they're getting rid of like the kind of the hype at like MorphCon. So if you've never been to Power MorphCon, every single year, or every single 2 years, that's when Power Rangers is kind of announced. So you see the new team going up. But then quite recently, I think a few months ago, or when the Dragon Dagger and all that was released a while ago, what happened was they just dropped that Rear Soldier was coming out. And this is the thing where we just see it and go, oh my God, Power MorphCon has got the first images. Then we've got the cast, and then we've got a load of other things. And then that kind of works out. So I generally kind of think about that one. So now I don't know if like it's going to be, they released the name they released what they're doing a few months earlier. Then all of a sudden they're going to bring in like the name of the series, and then at Power MorphCon we will see the actual actors taking on stage, or will it just be a thing where they do their own stuff now? So it's very kind of different, because Saban had a major big thing with it later on. So I'm just checking this on the Facebook. All right, cool. So yeah, so IGN, I loved how IGN jumped on this whole thing, and they literally, I think it was like at 5:30 p.m. UK time, I think they let the Power Ranger page on Twitter announce it 1 minute before, and IGN was like, bam, we've got the exclusive. What's that? Oh, other news sources don't have it. We have to literally let you have it for 1 minute, and then you can post it. Frick. So I saw it's like, come on, guys. Could have given Power Rangers, the official Twitter page, a little bit more time before being like, we're the first. Fuck it, we're the first. Okay, so let's have a look at the messages. Do you think they should change the Morpher? No, I think that they should keep the Morpher. I think that they do need gimmicks. And do I actually have the Morpher? Yeah, I actually have the Morpher down here. I don't have the key though. So yeah, okay, cool. So I think that they should keep this. I generally think like just having it on there is fine. Maybe for the American one, slimline it down a bit, because I generally found the toy like it's huge. Like that's what she said. But but when you have it on your arm, like say like that, it's just absolutely huge. Okay, so but yeah, I think that if they could slim it down a little bit, I think that'd be kind of cool. I think it's awesome like that, but I don't think they will change it, because you know that they'll sell those the souls for like $10, $20 a pack or something, or $15 a pack, which is okay-ish, but I would keep it down to 10. I'm picking up the Lightning Morpher. So am I. I actually pre-ordered it. Pardon me. I pre-ordered it today. As soon as I finished recording, I went and pre-ordered it. I didn't find in the UK a link to Zordon Alpha and Psycho Green, but I'm going to give the site that I normally give a chance to, or go to and buy. I'm going to go into it. It's Comic and Cocktails is where I buy mine from. So hopefully it should be up there. And I'll buy it later on today. If not, I'll find it from other places like Forbidden Planet or Amazon. Okay. I've picked up the Lightning Morpher. I've named myself after misheard lyrics of the song 1920. Oh, I may have to check that song out then, because I always mispronounce, or when or I'll say something when I hear a song or something, and I'll be like, "That's the lyrics." I know it's not lyrics, but Bayonetta. For ages, I kept calling it Baytona. That was the thing. I got my head missing all this. Okay, Togo Kid just woke up, and the only news, I'm a little underwhelmed by this new Power Morpher and the Putty Pack. There's more stuff, Togo Kid, as you've probably seen by now. You have stuff like the Zordon and Alpha Pack, Psycho Green, and then obviously now the Power Ranger news. Just had not live streamed in a long time. No, I haven't, because I am currently trying to figure out a whole way I'm taking the channel at the moment. There's a lot of stuff that I kind of really want to do. Yeah, I know. My friends, I figured it out. I was like, oh, that's Bayonetta, and then literally later on, my friends were like, Mark, it's Bayonetta. I was like, no, it's Baytona. It's pronounced Baytona. Like, no, Mark, it's called Bayonetta. So, no, it's Baytona. And they kept going on and on and on. And I was like, no, I know. Actually, no, it's Bayonetta. And they were like, freaking hate you, Mark. I was like, yeah, I know. So I kept going. I love that. So yeah, live streaming I will probably do a little bit more, and then see what happens. So there may be some stuff I'm thinking Twitch, and then possibly playing games. But at the moment, like, I couldn't figure out a place that I wanted to stream, because I was always downstairs with the table and the lamp, and my friends were like going, "You can't stream there. You can't stream there." I was like, "Why? It's so much easier." So I kind of figured out that I'm going to redo this. I have some really cool things that I'm thinking about putting up, like stuff like this, just to kind of give it a bit more kind of life, so it's not just bare walls. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. Are you a fan of the retro tokusatsu shows like these? I think I've not really watched a lot of them. I seem to have watched. I really want to get into Kamen Rider Black. Is it Black DX? Because that was the what is the name of it? Mass Rider, and I kind of really like Mass Rider a lot. So I think kind of I might check out some of them. I know of Metal Heroes, but I've not had a chance to kind of watch some of the older stuff. I think I started watching Spider-Man, the Japanese one. I thought that was kind of cool, but I didn't kind of finish watching it. Right, I have to bring up the chats a bit. Okay, Taco Kid. I'm surprised that they made the Power Ranger super similar to the '90s Morpher look-wise. I wonder why they did that. So I think the only reason why they're doing it is I think the Power Morpher is going to look very much like the Legacy one. The only the changes that it'll have is the plates. So the plates are going to be hard plastic, I reckon, what they're going to be, which looks absolutely kind of fine to me. So I think it's going to be kind of cool. I think it's going to be very lightweight. So the Legacy Morpher was a lot heavier. So when you saw cosplayers, or even when I looked at my friends and stuff like that, you put it on the belt and it would go boom, like that. So I'm hoping that this one will be very similar to the original one, so it'll be kind of lighter. But if you're ever going to cosplay with a Power Ranger Morpher, I would always try and go for a stunt one. Do I have a stunt one? Let me have a quick look. Soup, because it's a bit dusty. So yeah, like one of those where it's very it's very light, so there's nothing there. So when you attach it to the belt, it looks a lot better. So to me, that one could be the Hasbro one. So yeah, so there was quite a thing. So yeah, I think it's gonna be quite lighter. I think a lot of cosplayers will prefer to use that one. It was the same thing as like with the Dragon Dagger or the Blade Blaster, because they were too heavy because of the die-cast metal. They weighed a lot of things down. So I think that one is. I don't pre-order. I think I obviously don't have to pre-order it for a lot of stuff, but for me, I know that I think it's easier, so I'll pre-order it now and then go straight for it because it's like kind of a lot easier. It also means that if I pay for it now, then when it gets into the UK or wherever, then it ships whenever. I'm like, oh, it's on its way, cool. Nicholas, Google thought I was searching Dino Thunder. I'm guessing because obviously the name Dino Fury. Yeah, Dino Fury is right here in big letters. I think because it's not a search term, it's like, do you mean Dino Thunder? It's like if you search airline, it goes airline. You're like, no, why? But yeah, I think it's because no one searched it. Now it's a big popular thing. People will search for it in the stuff. It'll pop up in analytics. It'll pop up with stories and videos and stuff like that relating to it. Are you familiar with the brand Godzilla? The band Gorillas. Yeah, I remember the Gorillas. Like, didn't they come back? They disappeared for a while, for years, and then they started to come back with like one album, I think. I don't know if they're still going now at the moment, but I do remember that one. Mispronounced lyric. Yep, I have heard so many stuff. If you type in anime mispronounced lyrics, oh, you're in for a treat. There are some golden ones out there. Golden. I still think Zordon looks like a McDonald's chicken nugget. I never kind of connected that one, but I do understand what you mean on that. Power Ranger guy, hello. We're streaming tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. This is my lovely set that I'm going to use. I'm going to put some stuff up here, I think, just to give it some pizzazz. That doesn't look like it's just a blank wall. But I will go on Twitter for a second and promote that there is a YouTube, Power Ranger YouTube panel coming up. Where is it? So it is from the Power Rangers guy, so definitely check that out. So it's if you're in the States, it's actually EST time at 2 p.m. But I think for the UK, it's 7 p.m. over here. So I'll be streaming and stuff like that at the same time. I'm very much looking forward to it. We've got a whole house of characters and lovely other YouTubers that you have pretty much all seen. And I generally really highly recommend it. So go check out the Power Rangers guy. I'm going to retweet that right now again. So let's do this again. Retweet with comment. Still looking forward to this. Okay, so powering it. Okay, what's your opinion? Okay, so this was a thing that went around earlier. So Power Rangers My Little Pony, I have no problem with this. I actually tweeted a response because at the moment everyone's been going around saying like, oh my god, like, it's horrible, it's ugly, it doesn't belong. And I'm just thinking it's not for me. It's not for I'm not personally into My Little Pony. The only time that I properly watched it was when I was younger, and it was the stuff before Pinkie Pie and all that. It was like the original My Little Pony. There's also audio of me when I was younger going like My Little Pony, like singing My Little Pony, because I was kind of into it back then, but not a lot. I think it was because my friends who I hung out with when I was like 3 or 4, um, they watched it. So we all kind of watched it. I remember the movie. The movie was really weird, very sad. I think something happened. Um, so Toast, who I follow on Twitter, he said people complaining that the PRX Pony isn't their Power Ranger fan base, but can't be for My Little Pony either because it's not cute. You're not the My Little Pony fan base. What do you know about the definition of cute? We all think Power Rangers and riders look cool, but others think they look silly. And I actually agree with that. Sorry, tweeted back. This is this. At the end of the day, there are other fandoms. Can you imagine the My Little Pony fandom going crazy over this? End of the day, let another fandom or other fandoms enjoy it. Might mean that they come over to the Ranger family, and some of us go over to My Little Pony family. And you know exactly what will happen in this is if they decide to do a comic, you know that people will collect the comics. You know, they've made one thing of the Pink Ranger. So this went massively over Twitter. And at the end of the day, my thoughts are, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you think this looks absolutely cool, go for it. If you hate it, then don't spoil it for others. That's the simple thing. At the end of the day, I'm not going to get it. But I know loads of families are. I know that some people who like My Little Pony that are roughly my age or younger or older would be buying this. God damn, so much wind. So they are more possibly able to buy this than it is. Like it's like, do you buy the was it like the Imaginext stuff or the Play School stuff? That's not aimed at us. So again, like, you know, you don't see other fans going like, oh, you shouldn't be getting that for your kids because the Tiger Sword doesn't come with the Green Ranger, or, you know, here's the Dino Rangers that come with Operation Overdrive. It's designed for that particular area. It's not for me. I'm not going to collect it. So if people want to collect My Little Pony, that's cool. It looks cool to me. You know, you can imagine it if it's in My Little Pony, that is actually going to kick some ass because it looked like it. So yeah, if you like it, like it. I'm not going to bash it because at the end of the day, it's not meant for me. Or if I was a brony, then yeah, I'd pick it up. But I'm not a brony. Do you think they should change the more? No, I already answered that one. Just welcome to news. Done the Tatsu stuff. Rhea Soldier, Gyro Ranger, Zooja. That was it. Kermane, I can't say it. Lupin versus Power Ranger. I wish. Oh, I really wish that came out as instead of Dino Fury. It's weird actually now having a name for it. Zoran looks like a chicken nugget. What's your opinion on My Little Pony? Daytona. My friends won't let me live it down. It's named after something you put in the barrel musket. Okay. Sweet a stream. I know. I don't do many, but I plan on doing more. I might do the Twitch thing as soon as I figure it out. I will probably be streaming here because it's a lot easier. I just have to set it up. It's just going to be a pain moving my TV constantly. Black RX was it. Okay. No, first it was Kamen Black, then there was Kamen. Okay. You know that I haven't watched much of it. I just remember I know that Mass Rider was such a cool thing. I did watch Beetleborgs and VR Troopers. I didn't like VR Troopers that much when it first aired because it just felt very, I don't know, I think because I'd just been introduced to Power Rangers. So when it was just like, this is exactly the same, I was like, it's not it's not really, even though technically it's the same premise. Beetleborgs, I absolutely adored Beetleborgs. I loved it. I thought it was a great show. I really loved the white Beetleborg. I just like they didn't use him a lot, and I think I'm guessing. What the hell was that? I'm guessing it was because there wasn't that much footage of him. But I absolutely adored Beetleborgs. I didn't understand at the time when it was the girl who was the red one. Like, I know that she left, so they did a spell to make her look exactly the same to everyone else because they did some stuff. But I didn't figure out why the actress left. Still haven't looked into that. That's possibly one question that I would like to ask at the con if Power Morphicon or whatever got all the Beetleborg cast back. I think that would be kind of cool. I'm guessing that she left because she didn't like Beetleborgs. I also liked Superhuman Samurai, Cyber Squad, and Gridman. I've got and I will be reviewing the anime for SSSS Gridman, but it's very much like Ultraman, which I think is cool, but it's not for me. But I do want to go over that anime. I should have done that months ago. Um, so Tugger Kid says, I think the thing I do like about the Hasbro Morpher is the display stand. If all or most legacy weapons Morphers come with cool display stands, I think this can sell it better. I do generally think that this is a way of adding more to it. Hang on, I have to put. Sorry about the inserting of an advert. There we go. Yeah, I generally kind of think that this will be their version of what can make it stand out. So for me, having a stand, I think is great. If they have it for all of them, perfect. But I do generally think that's going to be Hasbro's. Pardon me. I think that's going to be Hasbro's main thing that they always kind of produce. I was like, to be honest, Dino Fury is an unoriginal name for power. So yeah, Dino Fury, it's at least it's better than something like when you looked at like Super Mega all the way through. So I'm kind of okay with the name. To be fair, I just really love the graphic. Whoever designed that is amazing. 2021 Dino Fury, Star Force, Beast Prism, Phantom Thieves, and Patrol Force. 2025 Takuja and Cryptic Cars. I kind of think that when it comes to naming all these seasons, we all like everyone turns around and it's the thought of the day. Everyone turns around and says Star Force, but I think they'll all be called something different. Because everyone thought for ages like Dino Fury was going to be Dino Knights or Jurassic Knights, and that was it because they stuck on the theme. So I think maybe they'll be different. Like I think Phantom Thieves, I would call it just Parents, Cops, and Robbers. Just leave it like that. But I think that they would come up with something different. Even if I don't know if they'd even adapt it. That'd be a thing. I want Kamen Rider to be adapted. I would love it if they adapted it. I would love Forze. Is it Forze? Forze? Anyway, Forze. I would absolutely love it if that was adapted first. I just don't know why it hasn't, because I think people would really like it. Or would people complain if they changed the theme of it? Because I always imagine Kamen Rider to be quite dark, like darker than Super Sentai. So I don't know if this would be a thing where it would be darker for each one, or if it would be something different. But Forze, would love it. Hello, Master Switch, Magic Field, Mystery Quadrant, Fred. Hello. Would you support the idea of Kamen Rider? Yes, I would. I think now, if you adapted Wizard or any of the Kamen Rider series, I think it would be something different. I think, how do I say? Like it would be not like how Power Rangers was back in the day, but I think maybe no one has really seen it. I just wanted, the one thing that does kind of get me is the whole how do I say is how the fans would react. From what I've heard of the Toku side, when it comes to the Kamen Riders, if it's not perfect in a way, everything goes absolutely crazy. But I think that if it was done really, really well, and I think with more kind of mature writing in a way, like if it was aimed for teens to adults, I think it'd be kind of perfect rather than going to like what the Power Ranger market is right now. STV Vest, I don't know that one. I want Zeo. Zeo, I haven't watched, but I think it'd be kind of cool. That's the Time one, I think. And yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. I think that you'd have to, if you were to do that one, you'd have to build up to it so you could bring into it. I think that if you all of a sudden brought in that particular one to be adapted straight away, people would be like, huh? Who are these riders? Who are these other characters that we've never seen before? So I think that would be a thing. Like you'd have to build up to that one. Even if you went back like maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and then jumped into it. But I think that with the knowledge that they have now, that they could easily write stuff in. So that would be awesome. I haven't kept up with the Gorillaz since for ages. I mostly listen to other. Yeah, there's a lot of bands that I've kind of moved away from when I was younger and stuff like that. So I think that I know that they have done stuff, but I think that maybe I don't know where I'm going with that one. But yeah, I know what you mean. I've not listened to a lot of bands. I listen to a lot more other things. Like lo-fi music is a really big thing for me at the moment because it's just so relaxing. I generally really kind of like it. Venom Killer, hello. Venom King Killer, sorry. M&L Productions are working on an official script for it. That would be kind of cool to see. If you think in Dino Fury there'll be a US exclusive, I don't know. I don't think there would be, not unless you had like so with Dino Knights, sorry, Dino Fury. I kind of think that there would be, like, if they opened it up and had Austin St. John, Amy Jo Johnson, and David Yost as the Dino Masters, and then brought them in and followed the kind of like the stuff to it. I think that if you made them a suit like differently for them, I think that would be a really cool thing. What else? Or if Jason or whoever it was mentoring them, because there have been rumors that Jason David Frank is going to be Austin St. John is going to be returning as a role as like a teacher. So this could be a perfectly good way of doing it. So I think that would be kind of awesome to have. So yeah, can you imagine him having his own suit and stuff like that? That I think would be awesome. Oh wait, the chat has gone all the way to the one exclusive Ranger. I hope so. 7 p.m. tonight, right? I gotta be there. It will be yes, it'll be 7 p.m. tomorrow night. There is a ton of us on there, which I'm very much looking forward to. To be honest, Wizard sucks. Thank you very much, M&L Productions, for subscribing. There's going to be loads of stuff. So I'll probably talk about it in a second. Actually, no, we'll talk about it now. So with Power Rangers, I love Power Rangers, and the channel over the years, I know I'm going to start bleeding in a minute. So when I first started this channel, it wasn't meant to be Power Rangers. It was just something that I heavily loved, and I love all the stuff that the channel has done, like with meeting people and interacting and everything. I've loved it. But then quite recently, when I've noticed that when I talk about Power Ranger subjects and stuff like that, I don't know if YouTube's sending out the videos or what they're doing with it. But I've noticed a lot of change over the years. So I've now changed it. So we're going to be doing... so I'm changing up the formula to a load of things. So the new banner, so it was Power Rangers, YouTube, games, and then I think it was pop culture that I changed everything to. So it's going to be loads of other things. So if you like diverse content at times, and there's like, so it's not all about Power Rangers, then it's going to be kind of cool. But thank you very much for subscribing anyway. But there will probably be an update video at some point. But there's going to be video games, talking about YouTube drama, because there's a lot of it every single day. Just wake up on Twitter, boom, something's dropped. Okay. I can't wait till we get the Transformers Power Ranger crossover toys like Autobots that turn into classic Megazord. See, I think it's a good way of bringing Beast Morpher, not Beast Morphers. What was the Transformers one for Beasts? I don't know. I can't remember. But I generally think that would be a thing where you could have Beast Wars. Is it? Yeah, it's Beast Wars. So having that, I think that would be cool. I generally can't wait for that. But having a Power Ranger crossover with Transformers, that will be a huge thing. Sorry, full of wind again. You're full of wind, Mark. Yes, I know. So I think that we are going to see Optimus Prime versus a Megazord at some point, and you know it's going to be the Mighty Morphin crew that do it. But I think that will be awesome. So I'm looking forward to the Transformers crossover. I think it's going to take some time, but I think we're going to see it come out. It'll probably be Boom and the something whatever the Hasbro versions of their comics are. Where are we? Questions. Thoughts on Orange Ranger? I really like Sean's videos. I think Sean's videos are very, very well done. They are they go really in depth for reporting. So I always like Sean's videos. I've been tuning into one or two. So the way that he breaks down things, I generally really like. I've been getting some of the lightning figures. I really like. I like the lightning collection stuff. I just literally been buying like one of each. Although Goldar, I generally thought Goldar would be hard to get hold of. Didn't cancel my orders from places. So Mark has a lot of Goldars. Just literally, that's it. I used to like Saban's Mask Rider when it originally came out to the UK at the time, but eventually I found it annoying to watch. Um, I never really found it annoying. I think because I grew up in that era, I was kind of used to it. It's one thing that the 90s had a lot of puppets in everything. Like Mask Rider, you had Furbus, like puppet. And then in Turbo, you had, I absolutely hate Larry Go, absolutely hate him. But boom, you had a puppet. And it was that sort of thing where everyone had to have that sort of thing. And I think for that particular time, it was very, everything was like Americanized. Basically, it was all you've got to make sure that you've got to put your hat on if it's raining outside. Oh, like it got to overbearing. But Mask Rider, I will look back at that actually and watch one or two episodes and go, "Holy crap, this is exactly right," or be like, "Nope, nope." Um, Oh, why do I? God, I think I was bleeding then. Remember the Red Rangers that fought the Beetleborgs? Yes, the best way of how to do that crossover. Hey guys, we need some original monsters. Well, we've got nothing in the bank. Let's get out the Beetleborg costumes. No one cares. No one will know. It'll be something brand new, and it's just like Beetleborgs. Shadowborg, why are you there? Remember, apparently she left because she was sick. Okay, so if she left, I understand. I generally just thought she was like, I'm bored of this. Bye. But can you imagine like being at that age where you're just like, I'm a Power Ranger or I'm a Beetleborg, and then having that, like if that show carried on, I think I would have grown into it for such a long time, or just made one big ass come back and be like Hasbro or Saban at the time, be like, hey, let me in on this. Let me put on that suit again, and let me come back and fight with the Rangers or fight against them. I think the Red Beetleborg left because something similar. So it was basically pay then. That was a thing. That was the whole payment. I was watching the toys that made us, and they were going through, and they said, like obviously how much money Saban was making. So you kind of think that the people that are making these things for you just pay them a decent wage. Because I know Austin, he like when he's talked about it and stuff like that, when we've had conversations about it, you just kind of think that they would have paid a bit more. You know, if they were earning something like at the time, let's say $1,000 an episode or something like that, you kind of think they'd up it a bit more because you were making so much money. Just up their wage, but I'm guessing Saban really wants to keep all that money for himself. I was just like, fine. You know, but you didn't like up the quality of the show. You think you would have. You think you would have put more money into that to make it stay at number one. Because I think from now on, you will never Power Rangers will never be as big as it was back in '93. It will never be a thing. Which is a big, big shame. Because you imagine if that stayed on top of number one all the time. Like I guarantee you, it would probably be a much bigger thing now. And people would be like, "Oh my god, I need to watch it." But years later, I got into Tatsu. I hated Mask Rider with a burning passion because all I prefer. Yeah, I think when you watch shows back, you go, "I prefer this one." I think it's more like with anime. I think I've watched a lot of anime over time and gone, "Okay, I've listened to it in Japanese. I prefer the Japanese to this one." But then there are ones where I've watched it in Japanese and I prefer this in English. I think like it's a preference because Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, Metal Heroes and stuff like that, they all have a different like a different presence. So when it comes to like say Kamen Rider, I always see that as darker than Super Sentai because of the way the characters are. the way the storylines progress. Where Super Sentai I see is very gimmicky, where Kamen Rider doesn't have to. Those belts are so goddamn expensive anyway, but I don't see it mainly born on a gimmick, if that makes sense. Pardon me, like Forze and Gokaija. Gokaija, you had all the keys. Perfect way of doing it. But then all of a sudden now, how do I say, like it, like Kamen Rider didn't have that type of thing where it had to rely on gimmicks. I'm now thinking of that one where it was like the one with the medals. That was a thing. I forgot about that one. I tried watching Beetleborgs and I cringed when I watched it, and that's the stock footage didn't fit. I think when it came to, I think from my experience, the way that I see it is Kamen Rider, and again has that darker tone. But with Masked Rider, you had to lighten the tone. That's where it was just like, you had that family. Like also that the mother of the family. Like I read, like when she shot that, she was like 12 or 15, and I was like, no, that can't be right. The actress that played mom couldn't be that young. But that went around the internet. I was just like, I can't be wrong. I might look up that one actually, because I was just like, nah, she has to be at least 25, 30 in that. But yeah, what was it? Yeah, I think it's very hard because of the darker tone of Kamen Rider, and stuff like that, was completely different. But I think you had to have the comedy element in, otherwise kids wouldn't watch it. And I think back in that time, when you look at TV shows from that era, if it wasn't funny or if it had to have that wholesome meaning behind everything, that was all of it was. Nowadays, though, my attitude towards Masked Rider has changed. Sure, it's a bad show, but I think what was bad was what was entertaining. Yeah, it also had fun to compare Kamen Rider Black RX with Masked Rider. I might actually do a comparison at some point. I think that'd be kind of cool to look into, just to see what the differences were mainly. It also brings the Dynaman parody dubbed to mind. I think I've heard of that one. How many? Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen it. I know that there's a few dubs that went around. I really want to see Stanley's Jetman. I really want to see what he was going to do with that one. I don't know. Yeah, he filmed one show. I would love to see that. I think that would be kind of cool. How many seasons of Rangers have we had where the title team isn't a team but describes a team? I think it's been maybe quite a few. I don't know. I'm trying to remember all my Power Ranger stuff now. So yeah, I think I'm going to get maybe 5, 6. If they adapt Kamen Rider, and they should have it appeal to an older. Yeah, I think that if you were to do Kamen Rider now, I would probably do it the same show as like the CW stuff. So like Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl, and have it around like that. Maybe not shot like that, but that sort of element where everyone can enjoy it, but it's aimed at like the older audience. It's not aimed at the younger ones. So I think that if you did it at CW level, that would probably be a really, really cool one. Just every single person Kamen Rider. Let's go have a hallway chat. God damn it, I can't believe you're going to do this, but I had to. Go, let's get out there. Everything's about talking. I think we get an exclusive Ranger in Dino Fury. If we get an exclusive Ranger in the last half of Beast Wars, yeah, I think a lot of people have gone for like the Green Ranger from the movie, and stuff like that. I think if you did make something, I reckon it would be a Ben and Betty fantasy thing where they go into VR or something, or they change it up and then they think of something completely different. That's what it is. I'm just going to insert another ad, unfortunately. Yeah, so I think it'll be, how do I say, like, yeah, I think they'll make something, but I reckon it'll be a Ben and Betty fantasy that they have, and you'll see it for like 2 seconds. And then they'll be like, "Oh my god, you can't do that!" And they'll be like, "Oopsie!" And then Betty will get stuck up a tree. I don't know why. Why? It wasn't that far off the ground. Okay, bet money. Tommy comes back as the main. I think that if you bring Tommy again, I think it'd be a very bad thing. I'd love to see Austin or David Yost or someone else take that lead, other than, hey, let's bring in Jason David Frank. I think that if you brought in Tommy, pardon me again, trap wind. I think that if you brought in Tommy, I would like him not to be a ranger, and I think that I would emphasize that he isn't a ranger, that he is there for just mentoring or whatever, and that's it. Only because you know what will happen. The Tommy fans will love him. The Tommy fans will hate. The Tommy haters will hate him. Whatever. Damn it! I actually had a conversation about Tommy haters and Tommy lovers. Basically, you will have people that love him, and then people will hate him. People will say that they are watching the show, and then people will say that they're boycotting. They're not watching it. So I kind of think that if you brought in maybe a different ranger, even if it was from Dino Thunder, if it was from Dino Charge, like if Tyler got stuck in this world and you have to get all the souls to then open up the portal back to the Dino Charge world because something happens to the morphing grid and it's not able to do that. Something like that, that would be different. And I think that would be a generally interesting thing. But we'll see what happens with the thing. Like, was it in Dimensions in Danger, where they mentioned, like, the plot was the guy wants to bridge all gaps of the universe together, but then the range like, no, because that will destroy the morphing grid, or that will destroy the dimensional tears or something. So technically, you'd be more. Wouldn't you want all the worlds to combine? Because there's only effectively 3 different realities. Dino Charge, was it Dino Charge, RPM, and then the main canon universe would be so much better. I feel like Power Rangers fans hate it now. Yay and nay. I think what happens is something gets announced. So Dino Fury's name, people hate on the name, and then they love it, and then they change it. I think that there are things in the fandom that I personally don't like, and I don't really like that much. But I just kind of let it go because either that season's not for me, I don't particularly like that sort of stuff, but I wouldn't hate on something if I didn't feel like I had that passion behind it. So personally, me, there are things that I don't like in the fandom, like Tommy, that much. I know that's a big thing to say because I don't want to be labeled as a Tommy hater, but I dislike the actor. I don't dislike the character. I like him in Dino Thunder and I like him in Zeo. Don't like Tommy in Turbo because I just generally think that was the whole thing that Tommy was completely different. Like, he was like, oh, I've left and got my diploma early. I'm now a race car driver. Where the Tommy that I kind of knew is he would stay with his friends. Like, you think that you would graduate with all your friends. And they do it in the first episode. So I can't think that, Jason David Frank would be like, well, I'm off, I'm leaving. Because I know that he said something on Instagram or something on a video where he said that Saban had to go down and say hello to everyone. If he didn't, that he would leave. And Saban said, yeah, bye. And then obviously, like, when Jason David Frank got back to the group, he was like, oh, I'm off now, bye. It just felt very like you take that character away. But in Dino Thunder, I thought he was a great character. I felt like the Tommy circle had been completed because you had him as a ranger, and then you had him kind of growing with the team, and then you had him mentoring the team, and I thought that was perfect. But when it comes to but when it came to a lot of the stuff of Tommy hating, where people don't like stuff in the fandom, ask them why. Like, if they say, "Oh, it sucks," why does it suck? Why don't you like the name of this series? Why don't you like that series? Why? Like, there's got to be a reason. And if it's like, "Oh, it sucks," like, all right, cool. If someone can give you a proper breakdown of it, I think that you're okay. Bonjour, my dude. Hello. Actually, they picked the Beetleball costume specifically as a cheeky nod for the older fans, and that. Okay, so that's on the Forever Red. Damn, there was more. No, there is not that much. Okay. Austin said recently that he was supposed to be the toys that made us, but all 3 years later, Saban blocked him. Saban told him if they go near him, he won't. Why would you block that? Like, he's not going to come out and go, "Hey guys, so yeah, we love the show. we did this, but they didn't give me that extra money. They had Walter on there, and Walter didn't say anything about the reason why he left or behind. So that's something I might ask him because I'm very, very curious to know why Saban would block Austin, not unless Austin really kind of pissed Saban off. That's the only thing that I could think of. Um, but you'd be like, wow, I'm going to try and find that one out. Power Rangers Dino Knights sounds way, way cooler. See, I think Dino Knights, like, it does sound cool, but I think it's just a generic, everyone would go to it. So maybe that's what Hasbro were planning. They're like, right, guys, Dino Knights, that's the one thing we want to keep. That's going to be good. And then everyone's fans like, hey, guys, call it Dino Knights. Oh, shit. Gonna have to call it Dino Fury. God damn it, they won't see that one coming. That's what I think, isn't it? You think Ben and Betty will get Boom? I think that they will. It just feels weird that at the end of season 1 of Beast Morphers, Betty got that kind of like stretchy power. I don't know if that is a thing that they're going to keep, but it felt like they were hinting at something. And I have a feeling that they will have that moment where there'll be an episode and it'll be, oh my God, like we've got this new Ranger training simulator. You can make your own Ranger. And then all the Rangers will try making their own stuff. And Ben and Betty will sneak in, they'll put the headgear on, and then they'll be the savior of the town. Like they'll take down Evox, and they'll take down everyone else, and boom, there we go. Or they'll just make their own power. Like the Rangers will be like, oh my God, we've been beaten. Roxy Blaze, oh my God, like, you've heard us. Evox is coming in. We need more help. And then bam, Ben and Betty just come in there morphed and like, oh my God, who are you? And like, hey guys, it's us. We're here to save you. That sort of thing. I reckon that will be a moment. If not, it should do. I think Lightning should do I reckon they will. I think they will get the main line out. So I think that they'll get the SPD range. And then they'll probably do it if there's enough interest in it. Because you know that like Cat Ranger was in it for like an hour, well, like half the show. So you kind of think that Boom, that he will get his own one. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. I'd be very disappointed. But the one figure I want is the Scrozzle figure. I want that one the most. Still want the Orange Ranger. Still say make a season with ASJ. See, as much as I think that would be cool to have ASJ and JDF in it, I don't think it will ever happen. I don't think like the only thing that we'll get is possibly a handshake at Power MorphCon. We saw it at the Lionsgate movie premiere where they were there talking. I don't think that we'll ever see them in the same series. I think that they could turn around and say, okay, guys, we're going to pay you $1 million per episode. I reckon they'll just go, no, not going to do that. It'd be cool if they did. But I reckon they won't. I reckon the fandom would absolutely just be mind blown if that did happen, though. So I might ask either one of them, would you come back and do a season with like your previous castmates? If they go, yeah, but interesting. Let's make it happen. Ewoks impersonating the mayor was based on GoBusters fan adoption code. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I generally thought they were doing a Mesogog moment, that they were doing that sort of thing. I generally think that they should have kept that as a surprise. Like right now, cliffhanger that no one saw it coming. I don't know if anyone saw the reaction that I did where they showed like the trailer and it's just like the mayor turns into Ewoks. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. That would have been the perfect moment to do it. Just not even like tell anyone. I think that would have been really cool. What else? Chat is going. Something's never changed. I don't know. Saying, oh God, yeah. I think that okay. It would never happen to two of them. Same reasons. Yeah. Okay. All right. No. I know, man, but still would be a great season if they did it in CO. I think that if they could hold the grudge against each other and like just literally put work in front of it, I think it'd be kind of cool. But we know it's not going to happen. Can you imagine if they're sitting at lunch, one side to one side of the table, it's like, hey Austin, pass the salt. Fuck you, Jason. Well, fuck you. And literally, that's it. They go to town on each other. What else? Sliding the salt across. I don't give a crap. One of them opening the salt a little bit more. Oh my god, my steak's ruined. That's it. You know it would happen. Um, I think the evil Purple Ranger Dino Fury will be. I reckon it will as well. Um, I know. I saw the Sentai battle, and that's what I think will happen. So I knew it was evil, but I haven't seen it in Rear Soldier, only because I know personally. I got bored. Like I watched up to episode 8. Laptop went off for repair. Didn't watch it for like 2 to 3 weeks. Came back to it after months, and I just couldn't get into the story. I don't know why. Pardon me. But my reviews, I was loving it. I love the dark tone. I don't know. I think it was just having a set of Rangers having all their powers straight away, bar like the other super modes. I was just like, but the premise of what I've seen is if they adapt that into Power Rangers, I think it will be really, really cool. I really hope that they have the characters very similar to it. So Jonathan Tommy made me laugh. Learn that he didn't really design much for the Power Rangers and was just forced on finding bones. Yeah, like that entire whole season, it was just like, oh, Tommy, you've made this Morpher. Like you've made this quality Morpher that gives me my powers and everything. Oh my god! Yeah, I didn't make that. Who made it? Haley. Oh, okay, cool. Did you make the Dinocycles? Haley did. Oh, okay. Did you find these gems? Haley did. Okay, what did you do? I found some bones. Can you? No, awesome. I just found them. Did you get your PhD? Haley wrote up some forms. She found out Tommy did nothing. Hey, I found a cave. I found a house. It was all right. Had some bones. Found the gems. Haley found the gems. Oh God. Little things make me laugh. Sad part is it could happen out of nowhere. I'm hoping for joy. So how comes to mention I think we don't mention it. I'm hoping that Dino Fury to be a celebration of MMPR instead of just straight up. I think it would just be. I don't think that they'll do a straight up adaptation of Mighty Morphin or celebrating it. I think it will literally be something that will continue on. I think people will want a lot more Mighty Morphin stuff. That they will say, "Hey, we want this. I wish this would happen." I generally don't think it will do much. I think it will just be its own entity, not unless they do like a Dino team up with like with Zoo Ranger and Abba Ranger and stuff like that, and then obviously Q Ranger. If they do something like that, they could do. If they did their own thing, maybe instead of getting the Christmas and Halloween episodes, get rid of them, get rid of the clip shows, and have that instead. I think that would work out quite well. Maybe do a massive team up and see what that's like. He did. Austin's exact words were, "He hates my guts. Not many 19-year-olds have taken to court one." I don't know about the court one, but I know that they didn't like each other on set. That they absolutely hated each other. I can't remember most of it because Austin's told me stuff, and I know years and years and years ago, some of Jason David Frank's friends was telling me a few things, but I know that they really don't like each other. I think there was, because of the rumors that went around all the time, like, oh my god, like Austin's got a beef with JDF and JDF's got beef. I think that they may have talked and said, look, we need to squish this. So if anyone asks, we don't. We do, but we don't have a problem with each other. Because I think everything would have been fine. I think it was when Austin left after Power Morphicon 1 in 2007, when he went off to be a paramedic. I think because the con scene like jumped up quite a lot back then. What happened? It jumped up so much that Jason JDF turned around and was just like, "Oh, Austin's this, Austin's that," and Austin didn't have a platform back then because he was in the Middle East. He was training. He didn't have a way of saying anything. So when he came back, I think JDF was like, "Well, I better stop saying stuff." But I know that there's slight digs that you see. One of my videos of MCM when JDF, Nakia, and Catherine were all like kind of talking. They brought up the morphing thing, and some guy was like, "Oh, um, what's your favorite morph?" And JDF just went, "Well, it's not the first one or something because a certain person, mainly Austin, only thinks it's easier. It's like it's morphing time, and it's just like that. That was it." And I was just like, "You don't really need to give subtle digs anymore. Just turn around and say you hate each other. Just get it on with. Just say hate, and don't speculate. Just say it." But yeah, I think that there's still a thing. I would love it if they would properly make up and they could be like have a friendship going, but I don't think it will ever be a thing. What did you do with new release? What do you think about the new release of the figures being announced? Okay, so I like. Pardon me. Okay, I like the figures. I think the Green Psycho. I generally think that that should have been yellow or pink. I think that that should have been a thing. Like Green Psycho isn't part of the Power Ranger universe properly. It was made to do stuff in the comic books, and that was it. I think that getting the main line out. Now I know people like Ranger Slayer and Draken. I really like Ranger Slayer, but personally, I would have preferred to have them come out much later on, get more focus, because you could have had two lines now, two figures. So you could have had, say, Operation Overdrive Red, Mystic Force Red. You could have had for the Green Psycho, you could have had something like no, not Silver Space. Yeah, or like Andros. You could have had something different that wasn't mainly that wasn't mainly something that was from the comic books. But I'm guessing now that you have, like, we could get the Centurions later, the other versions of the Rangers. Zordon and Alpha, I think it's a very weird one to have. I kind of really want to see the height of Alpha. So if you saw the Hasbro thing, the fan thing that they talked about, I think that if you had comparison to see where he was, if he's up to the chest, if he's up to the arms, or is he just under the belt? How big is Alpha? I don't see Zordon being the giant tube or anything like that. I just think it's a very weird thing to bring out. It's fine. A lot of people have also said that Zordon looks like a chicken nugget in a tube. So there's that. I didn't really kind of think of that one. I just kind of think that there should have been a lot more to it. I think more things could have been more deserving. I think like other Rangers, another double pack, Scorpina, that I would be more than happy for. But so I'm happy with what's coming out. The Morpher is also looks fantastic. The way that I would have done this though is I would have released it with two different plates, silver and gold, had the all the coins in it. But we know that obviously Hasbro have got more plans, and they will possibly have it more later on for selling. That's how I kind of see it. But from what it is, I'm happy. The putties, I generally think should have come out when they had the Green Ranger and putty pack, because it just means that you've shot your load with Green Ranger straight away, even though you can release one more Green Ranger. But I would have preferred to have him come in much later on, rather than, oh, he comes with a random putty. Like Fighting Spirit Green Ranger, a putty double pack, perfect. But I have always said that there should be a double pack of a putty, and that's what we're getting. I think it's just a lot of people will buy multiples to have an army builder. So I know a few people have tried to buy like more than what they can because they want an army of putties. Me personally, I would possibly go to maybe 6, and then that's it. So yeah, I would have bought more, but I've bought 1 so far, and I'm happy with that one. The review's going to be really weird because it's pretty much been done. So I'll just probably talk about stuff. I do like the chest piece that you get, the way it's exploding. I think that's perfect. I know a lot of people are going to put that on other Rangers. So when you have Lord Draken fighting the other Rangers, that's what's going to be stuck on the chest. Power Chamber. Me too, man. I just don't tend to talk groups and stuff like Alan was saying. Yeah, fanboys. Like, there was a thing going around about JDF at the moment with like someone thinking he's overrated and stuff. And when you voice your opinion on something like that, people just go for you. Like, you can turn around and say, "Oh, I don't like this character because X, Y, Z," and then suddenly, boom, you've got people going like, "You scum! You're trash! You're fake fan!" And you're like, "What? what? I hate the fake fan thing. It really annoys me. Um, did they ever say it was cured her stretching power? Betty is also shown with green a lot. Maybe yeah, they there was a thing about Betty being the Green Ranger. I think someone interviewed her and said Betty, the new Green Ranger, and she confirmed it. She was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's actually true," and stuff like that. But it wasn't. But I imagine her being the Green Ranger. Um, so I think it will happen at some point, like even if it's a flashback, or I reckon even later they'll probably leave it for like a Christmas or Halloween episode, where because that they did that film where you had the Black Puma or something Ranger, then you had like all the other Rangers, but they had like different parts or something, like they were another special unit or something. So I see that happening. Did you, Toga Kid? Did they ever say if they? Oh, I've already asked. Um, it jumps up. If I think if you do Dino Fury, you have a chance to bring back. I think I don't know if it goes against everything that I've just said. I think that if you had cameos, that's fine. Um, but I think a lot of people want past Rangers back. Now, I'm more excited, like in Beast Morphers, for Dr. K to come back because that's something completely different. I think that if you brought lots of different people in, like the Mighty Morphin cast, you're just bringing like the nostalgia back because people would say, "Oh, well, they do another Dino season like 2, 3 years after, and boom, they want Mighty Morphin back." I think that if you kind of limit it, but just change it up. So, hey, Walter, do you want to come back for this series? Hey, Karen, do you want to come back to this series? Do you want that? Like, kind of move it about rather than just have the same ones. Everyone wants Austin or they want JDF back. That's it. Now, Austin is fine because he's not been back since Forever Red. So I'm okay with that. But I think that if you kept putting Austin in it all the time, it would just get boring. I want to see new faces. I don't want to see old faces all the time. Oh god, chat's moved up. Okay. Just me. I've been on the hate side once. I did a video on Legacy Wars going. No more Tommy because all Tommy characters in that game. Only if the show becomes a union, otherwise none of them will come back. Yeah, they have to have a union. It was like the Samurai and the RPM one, where it was the RPM actor. He was voicing over, but they couldn't put his name in it because he was part of a union and he wouldn't get paid, or it's something really weird. But you think that they would actually unionize it properly. But I'm guessing once you get young people in it all the time, they're not going to check. It's like you can work, become a Power Ranger, do what you want, but can't get union protection. You're probably right. Sally David Yost has spoken on this many times. He's 100% right. I might have watched a video right there with you. I get that so much hate. I get so much hate for that. Funny enough, got mentioned by Anyway in a call. Yeah. I know what the issue is between. Yeah, I think it's just beef and anger. What else? Nowadays, when Power Rangers just makes their villains space aliens, it's usually supposed to be an easy way out for making villains average evil threats and nothing interesting. Yeah, it's easy to say. Alien Force, they took ages to come down to Earth. So they're on the way. They're in the waiting line. It's not one specific thing. It's a long line of events. I can't take it out YouTube live chat. I keep thinking like. People are notifying saying we're coming to the stream. I'll probably actually try and organize to actually have more people in this, so it's not just not me. Can have a chat. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or is it Kanji not Kami puts it just out there because the Rangers fight air? That means there's unauthorized Talbot. Tommy and Dan and Thunder. I found some bones. Made a really nice YouTube about it. Power Ranger history. I found some bones. What Zordon come back? I think Zordon, he's gone. Like you kind of think that he would have popped back, or he's just watching. When I was rewatching Dimensions of Danger, I was amazed on how old Disney. So, Dimensions of Danger. I didn't know if you realize this. I think there's a Twitter follower. All right, hang on. I followed this, and it is amazing. And the original Dimension in Danger scripts. Oh, it would have been great So let me find it. 'Cause it was something really cool. I think I retweeted it. Tweets and replies. This will blow your mind. This blew my mind. I didn't. If they'd done this in Dimensions of Danger, it would be great. Okay, so there was. Okay, so Notorious Pigeon. He's on Twitter. The Power Pigeon. So there was Jason Font. There we go. Jason Font has the scripts for Dimensions in Danger, and some people have bought it. I know one of my friends bought it, but I don't know. Like it was mentioned. So there's a script, and it says, "So Super Ninja Steel Pink. What do we do now?" Suddenly, near the Rangers, a portal opens. Through it, flip 5 Rangers, each landing in style. Slow-mo. They rise to their feet. It's the SPD Shadow Ranger, the Lightspeed Rescue Titanium Ranger, the Phantom Ranger from Turbo Power Rangers in Space, the Time Force Quantum Ranger, and Ninja Mighty Morphing. Note, these additional Rangers are TBC and we'll never see them demorph. I can understand that. Super Ninja Steel Red surveys all assembled Rangers. More phenomenal! Everyone look! It says I don't know. Everyone lock your weapons onto Draven. That was his name, Draven. I didn't know who it was. The Legion of Rangers, no white, aims at and fires the weapons at giant Draven, and constant stream of laser blasts hit him. The 6 Super Ninja Steel, Wes, Coda, Gemma, Tommy, and 6 civilian sleeper Rangers gather together. Ward, all 6 Rangers have demorphed and now wear civilian clothes. The extra Rangers added at the end of the final battle are not present. Oh my god, how awesome would that have been? So that's I tweeted that out. That is, again, the Power Pigeon. But dear God, can you imagine that right at the end? No one knew about it. Bam, these Rangers come out. Oh, it would have been amazing. But they didn't, and I'm really gutted. That's one question I really want to know again. So if I ever interview these Rangers, these are the questions I want to ask. Okay, so old Saban and Disney actors. Okay. ASJ beats Saban in court. My comment will. Okay. It's very interesting. I kind of really. I want to know the court battle. Sorry, I meant because they can't have the Rangers fight air. The power chamber, how can it be? He's dead. Things on, obviously he was, but I'm sure his energy went everywhere. He was lost in the time stream. Okay. Ellen, at some point we need to jump into a voice call and we can. Yep, I'm more than okay on doing a video about Austin St. John and JDF. See what happens. It'd be interesting if we get Austin in on it, or we can get Jason David Frank and see what he says. All I'm saying is because Rear Soldier was a generic doesn't mean Power Ranger has to be. I don't think it has to, because Beast Morpher's changed. It did something different, didn't it? It wasn't to the point where it was generically the same as the others. It had a lot more fighting, and that's what we've not seen. So that's what I'm really hoping that we're going to see much later on. So I'm hoping Dino Fury is going to be something completely different. Because all I'm saying is just because Rear Soldier. Let's on that one. I'll show you some stuff I found. Damn, guys, guess we're going to be making a video. JDF called him out so many times. Yeah, we know that one. Do you think that Dino Fury will have some software human on how overused dinosaurs? Maybe. I'd hope. I think they may mention it, like, oh my god, I can't believe this is the 4th time already. Something like a little nod. Oh my god, I can't believe we're the 4th team. How many other teams have there been of dinosaur of other things? No, just you guys. You're the 4th team. Oh my god, I can't believe that dinosaur comes in wackiness. You know that they're gonna have the Rear Soldier T-Rex in that costume. He's going to be the silliness, like, oh, there goes old Rexy. I know that's the Dino Charge one, and that's it. Like, oh, he did it again. I really want to be the voice of that dinosaur if they do it. I think I could be like, hey guys, I can't believe you're the new Power Rangers. Oh my god. I think Imagine that voice now. God damn it, Pikachu. God damn it. Okay. Um, Just me, I was working on ASJ, came to the franchise, I made all the graphics, I saw all of JJ comments. I found a few comments on that I've saved over time. Ultimately, I'm still going to give it a try. I'll just enter the series online. Yeah, a lot of people say that. Like, a lot of people, Dustin, say that they're going to enter the franchise with low expectations. And I'm like, yeah, I think everyone does. I think it's literally like, all right, surprise me, and it's like, boom, I'm a bit surprised, and then it dips and does. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that they'll enter the franchise with low expectations and stuff like that, which that's fine. I think that Evox was the virus. See, it would be interesting if it was, because it would make perfect sense. And if they do tie it in, I will be happy. I think that if Dr. K came through and was like, "Oh my god, I'm really sorry, guys," like as soon as Venjix like left our Morphers, that's it. It would be such a cool tie-in, and I could definitely see it. I think it'd be kind of cool. Like it would have been perfect. So yeah, I think maybe that's one of the theories that is Venjix. That's the reason why he wants the morphing grid, because he's been inside the RPM morphers and he knows about it more. So I'm guessing maybe like if they tied it into Dimensions and Danger, where Gemma went into it, where when she morphed, the virus was like, "Oh, hello, there are more powers. Like I can see these other ranges. Oh my god!" And then linked to the others, and then that's how it got out. I think it would be absolutely perfect if like when Dr. K comes in and she's like, "Guys, I'm really sorry. I was monitoring him, but then as soon as Gemma came back, we lost all traces of it. I'm really sorry. We didn't think it would happen, or was locked in Scott's Morpher." I think that would be absolutely perfect. But no, yeah. Where are we? Bringing too much nostalgia, and it's a bad thing. I think yeah, because I think with nostalgia, everyone has to realize that Power Rangers is not aimed directly at for like the older audience. So when kids watch it, they're not going to know who the Mighty Morphing Team are. And unless they've watched it on Netflix, they're going to know what Samurai is or Ninja Steel, and they'll know what these ones are, and that's it. But I just don't think that. Yeah, I think that if you bring in too much nostalgia, you're pleasing one area, but then people are gonna be like, "Well, who's this guy? Who's that Red Ranger?" No one knows that. Same thing as like with Dimension Danger. How many kids watched that and went, "Who's that White Ranger?" Oh, I know Gia. Like I've seen her, but I don't know who this is. Obviously, then you do research and stuff, but you're not gonna. Some kids may not go watch the backlog of 25 years of Power Rangers. It's just not a thing. The interesting about it being the from tweet a friend. Yeah, I remember that was the tweet for Betty being the from that Ranger. To do a friend saying the story is written by when I used to work with the hashtag Terror. So I knew it was a tweet. Austin won't come back. The story's good and the pace is significant. He literally said he only came back at this time to see old friends before they leave the show. It'd be interesting. Yes, yeah, he knew some people. Isn't it? Chick was leaving, so that's the reason why he came back. He wanted to do like one more like favorite type of thing. The Illuminati interviewed her and said she joked about being a frog, being a good ranger. I think I like those guys. If you know who the Illuminati are, they are really good. Like their videos are great. Like they know a lot more than a lot of people. So yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. Like they definitely go check them out. What did Joe said something, but I can't see because he retracted the message. Damn it, Joe. I can explain the union stuff, Alan, if you want. Yeah, we can talk about that. So I'm guessing it's something that they all get paid or something, but yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, go for it, Power Chamber. I know Tokyo Kid, mind if I say something on Instagram? Yeah, that's fine. Hamster Band is an awful specimen of a human being. His nonsense politics, homophobia, and overall anti-union stances. Sorry, no, fine. I don't mind political stuff. as long as you're not attacking people, as in like other people in the chat. But always like if we talk about it, we'll keep it low and talk about it generally. So I know I've heard some stuff about Saban, but then I haven't done it. Who is Justin Stewart? I'm like, one thing is, if you get to know me over time, if we talk about stuff, I am very bad with actors' name. But I like if you say, "Oh, Dustin from Power Rangers," like, "Oh, I know who that is." But if you say his real name, I'm like, "Who?" Oh, Justin Stewart. Oh, do you mean thingy? Justin. I don't really want Blake to come back. I think he'd be perfect fit for it because of like his age now. But nonetheless, Justin has really changed over the time. I didn't like Justin at all in Power Rangers. Nothing against Blake, but I really didn't like Justin at all. I just thingy. To do so the script as per usual is better. Of course, let's literally just anything that we see the script wise. Like if none of you know, like Super Megaforce, the way it was written was possibly one great season. I know everyone hates Super Megaforce and stuff like that, but the way they were going to follow the Gokaiger way. So if you've not seen Gokaiger, it was mainly about how is it like they got powers, but when they met past rangers, what they would do is they would do something like they would then they had to prove something to the Gokaigers had to prove something to the past rangers so that they could get the ultimate power and stuff. So Super Megaforce was going to run through that because when I was talking to Ciara and Jacob and stuff like that, they were like, yeah, like Blake Foster was meant to be in this. He was meant to be like a garage, like a mechanic and stuff like that. And that was literally that was literally it. And like the way they were explaining some of these things, I was really impressed. And I was like, why did we not get this? Why did we get what we were given? But Super Megaforce was meant to be really good. But the one thing that let it down was that the showrunners thought that pirate toys wouldn't sell. Have we not seen Gokaigers like what it sold and stuff like that? I've taken my headphones off. Have we not seen that sort of stuff? What happened? Oh, it was perfect. So that was a massive thing. That's going to be a video that I make at some point. Okay. Joe Cameron, I wouldn't, especially on his. Oh yeah. So I didn't like what Blake said about Nate. I think that Nate is a very good ranger, but I think Blake, when he saw it, he just went on it, and I think it was bad. Like you've got impressionable followers on there that could instantly go across and attack, and especially since he said that Nate was a something weenie, an A1 or L1 weenie or something like that, which was bad. And then like kept going on and on and on. And then when he got called out for it, he was told like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like this" or something. And it just went on, and I hated that. A lot of people were like, "How dare you say this?" Because you were a lot younger when you were this, and no one liked Justin when they were a kid. So it was a thing. So yeah, for that, I don't think Blake would be worth coming back. If he does, then I hope that his attitude changes towards the show. Stuff like that. I think it was just the aftermath of that whole thing with Blake. That was really weird. Just like how much money he was like, I make all this, and I was like, we don't care. Just don't pick on someone. Kyle, it was a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of news. There was just so much stuff. And so I pretty much been waiting to pre-order all the other stuff and become very, very poor because I'm poor. No, literally, it's a lot of stuff at once. I always find that when Hasbro release stuff like this, they release it all in one chunk. So it's stuff like, hey, I know you don't have much money right now, but here's like £200 worth of stuff ready to go. And you're like, oh, because there's a chance of it may like completely sell out straight away. But one thing over here, which is quite annoying, is if, say, for example, like Legacy, no, Lightning Collection Morpher is what, 34, 50, $40. Let's say $50 in America. So that's equivalent to like 45, maybe £35 over here. Boom, it's 50 quid we have to pay. Conversion rates is annoying, but I'm glad that we're getting what we're getting. What we got? I just feel there's a log line in so bland. There's nothing there. You've got to also admit, Kyle, it's the first year properly, or coming up to the second year of the line. So I'm giving them a bit of a pass at the moment. But if this is what we get and it's boring for the next year, the year after, then I'll be like, come on, Hasbro, pull your finger out. Still think it should have been us. I know, Jake. When I was recording the video for talking about the Dino Fury, I kept smiling. I was like, I don't know who could be the Rangers. I would love it if they cast us, Jake. I would have absolutely have loved it if we had become Power Rangers, because then I'd have been like, oh, we get cool stuff, and I'd forget my lines, and everyone would hate me, and it'd be like we could mess about on panels, and they'd go like, okay, guys, what was it like recording with Mark on Power Rangers Dino Fury? And I'd be like, oh, guys, it was fine. And I can imagine people go, okay, so basically he got he wouldn't remember his lines, and that one take where we all got it in perfect timing, and he messed up every single time. So they basically changed his character to a non-speaking part, where in the helmet was fine, but he couldn't speak in real life, just like Raj from Big Bang Theory. Something like that. I imagine what would happen, and then everyone would be like, I fucking hate Mark, he's the worst Red Ranger. And then I would have gone on a crusade of shouting at people, you what? Come say that to my face. But yeah, I think it should have been us, Jake. I think we should have been Blunt for the Night was record some videos, and I saw LM streaming, haha, damn it, dude, changing my plans. Yeah, damn it. I wasn't expecting to stream tonight, especially like not even considering stopping for a while. But yeah, like I thought I'd talk about it. Like this turned out to be like I wanted to talk briefly about the toys, but wow, it's going into a long stream, and we need to get into it properly. Like make it every couple of days. It will never happen, but can make it more regular. I'm glad that I could introduce you and Jake, by the way. So yeah, Dimension Danger. Who's the guy talking all the stories from the main character? Don't know. Yeah, Chip and a couple crew. Yeah, since day one. I think I heard that. It would have been cool, Dino Fury, to see Devon pass the torch to the I think I would like that sort of stuff. Like they do the whole handshake, but I think what would be really cool is each year is they do what they do in the films, where you see the new Rangers like come and pop in. I think that would be kind of really cool. That's what I generally would like. It'd be cool. I am fine, Power King. I'm a little bit tired now. The ring light is just like in my face. I'm like, oh, my eyes. But I'm fine. How are you, Power King? I'm working my way through these questions, by the way. So I will get to it. It's just easier just kind of talking about each one. L7 Weenie, because he looks like a nerd. A really scary thing. A good position. Okay, so yeah, I saw that everyone kind of followed Blake in what he said on this one. And what makes me angry about it is the fact is that if you looked at Justin, he looks more like a nerd than anyone when he was obviously when he was just as a kid. And I think a lot of the proportion of the fan base actually went after him and said, look, you can't say this because it's not fair, it's not nice. And a lot of people, like some of my friends, were like, oh, no, we agree with Blake. And I was just like, but we've not seen Nate. We've only seen Nate as like a scientist, and he's as smart as Billy and stuff like that. But we hadn't seen him in action, and now he's a really good ranger. So it was more kind of give this guy a chance, like. And I like Nate. I think Nate's one of the best characters in the show. Roxy is number one by far, the best character in this. But Nate, I like Nate. Too many compared Beast Morphers with To Go Busters. I've not. I only watched maybe 1 or 2 episodes of Go Buster. I have it all ready to watch at some point. I just never could get into it. I think because I just finished watching Go Kaija, I felt like going from a serious character to someone that was scared of chickens and stuff like that. And I didn't like the way the show was. I think I really like the opening where you saw the Robotrons or whatever they're called, like destroying the city, but I could never get through the series. Now that I've seen Beast Morphers, I might go back and watch Go Busters. I watched the film with the Go Kaijas in it. That was a really good one. Too many. Okay. Any wish list of who you want to inhabit the diner? I, as much as I would like past Rangers to do it, I think a whole new cast. Me and Jake, we need to be Rangers. That's it. So me and Jake, who is the Jacoby show. I can't say name. Sorry. We should be the Power Rangers, and then see what happens. But I think if not, it's going to be a whole new cast. I would like to see someone brand new come in, take up the mantle rather than past ones. If I had to choose some people, Zoe, Zoe, Gia. I know there's only one girl on the team, so I wouldn't mind like Gia taking up another color. I would possibly like to say Ethan from Dino Thunder. I don't know. I'm completely stuck. I'm gonna have to really think about that one. Get back to you on that. And I'm hoping. Are you hoping the season would be better or regular? The season would be better or regular. I don't know. I think I'm going to be able to tell what the series is going to be like when it comes in to I think halfway through the series, because Beast Morphers, when I started watching that, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be bad, and it actually turned out to be really good. So I'm hoping that we will get like it's going to be regular, but I want it to be better. I want each season to be better than the last. I want them to take away and go, right, this didn't work in this series, it worked in this series. We're going to like adapt that and see what happens. But I think if the way that Beast Morphers is, I think it will be good, and I'm just kind of waiting to see. Would you be annoyed if we get a Q Ranger adaptation, and if they cast Justin as Cyan cause in Sentai Cyan was a kid? So I bring Justin full circle. Also, I wish they don't reveal cast. I wouldn't be. Would I be annoyed? I would want to see if Justin had changed. I think that's the main thing. If he hadn't, and he was still the same character, I would be very, very disappointed. But I generally, if he was okay, but I wouldn't be annoyed because obviously that's their casting. I just think that if the character didn't change whatsoever, that would get to me. Like, I would much prefer I just much prefer a different character. But would I be annoyed? No. If he was still a douche from what he was in Power Rangers Turbo, I'd be annoyed. But apart from that, let's just hope he changes. Right. Okay. Next question. A Red Ranger that comes. It would be really cool. I talked to Ciara about it, and I was like, "Do you think I could be a Ranger?" And she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I definitely think you could." And I went, "I would love to be the Ranger that didn't say anything." And then she's like, "That'd be really cool." I was like, "What was it? There was a character. that there was a show that they had a character that couldn't speak, and then it was more like that they would ask him something, and then he was about to say something, and they wouldn't. So my whole idea would be like this Red Ranger, this whatever color Ranger. Every single time they would be like, "So Mark, how do we think we're going to defeat these Robotrons?" And then about to say something, and then they'd be like, someone would just butt in, and go like, "Yeah, well, Pink, I think we're going to destroy it by bringing out the counter laser that we've done. You know, Mark, what do you think?" And every single time it would say that, and then at the very end of the series, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we defeated that alien force. It's been great. Like, we couldn't have done it. Hang on a minute, did Red say something?" Oh, they'll ask me something about, "Finally, I can say something to you guys." Like, "Oh, we didn't know you could speak," and it's just like, "Son of a," or do the whole like, is it the explanation thing from Super Mega Force where they go, there's a simple explanation, and I'm about to say something for the first time, and they cut to black, and then that's it. The whole series over, and it's just me just going. I would love that. That would be the thing. And even if they turn around and said, "We will pay you less than the actors, you just have to turn up, you have to fight, and you can only go, ah, ah," like you have to fight in the suit. That is it. I would do it. I would happily just say, "I'll do this just for board and lodging. Feed me, occasionally a bit of cash." I would love it if I was that sort of ranger. Just, oh my god, like we can't let him speak. That would be so funny, and it'd be so different. I would love it. Like, but even like if it went to like cons, like I would love this, Jake. If you did this, if this happened and we were on it, like every single time someone asked me a question, be like, "So Mark, what was it like being like the first like ranger that can speak?" And I'm about to say, you just butt in all the time. Yeah, sorry, I'll take that question. It was really great because we didn't hear him speak. Oh, I'd love it. It would be full on the best thing in the world. I'd love it. It would be amazing. I got the idea for. I love the idea. I just love it. I got the idea to cross over to choose for either Jungle Fury or Beast Morphers and Power Rangers Dino. Um, I think if you crossed over any of them, it'd be kind of cool. I'd love to see Jungle Fury pop back in. The names of the Dino Fury Rangers were must. I think it will. I think if they kept it up to similar, if they had the dates of Morphcom at least, and go, "Guys, this is what it is," and then have it like that, I think that would be perfect for me. Like perfect for all, or just release pictures, or if they got to film something a bit, like introduce yourselves. "Hey guys, I'm new this," and that's it. I just love the idea of me not speaking in Power Rangers. Um, okay, the name's Dino Fury. I'm interested to see how they, and that's Cass and see it. Bring back Roxy. I would love Roxy to be a ranger. She is absolutely cool. I love sassy Roxy though. Sassy Roxy has to be it. Yeah, I think sassy Roxy has to be in it a bit more. Dear God, I did not realize it was 10 o'clock. um, so bring back my channel. No, I bring back Justin though. I'm very biased. I adore Justin as I felt. If you felt a strong connection, Power King, that is absolutely cool. I think that if you do feel connections, like the only ranger that I connect with is Ivan, the Gold Dino Charge Ranger, because he played a good British character. That's what I liked, and it was like, "You scallywags" and stuff like that. I liked that, and I could identify. So if you want him to come back because you felt a strong connection, that's great. And I hope you've actually met Blake. Have you met Blake Power King? Okay. Have you met him? Have you actually met him? Because that'd be kind of cool if you have. Kyle, with PMC being cancelled, how do you think the cast will reveal? I generally think they're just going to release pictures and go, "This is a new Ranger," and that's it. And they'll do the whole thing of photo, Ranger, and then release it. I think that they will tease it. Or maybe they would have got the actors at the time gone, "You've been chosen, you've been chosen," film something and just say hi, or they'll send the suits and go, "Put the suits on," and that's it. Okay, so there is a held for review, which I'm not going to show. It says, "Hello, greens from Argentina. Subscribe to my channel." Yeah, why not? Hi, Burrell. Hope you are. If I'm going to subscribe to you, you better subscribe to me. No, I'm only joking. But I will probably check out your channel in a bit. It sounds like we could make this happen even if we. I reckon if we shot something and like got suits made or something of like maybe the next season and got a few people together and then just went to town on it. I think that'd be kind of cool. I know quite a few people that we could probably get together to do stuff, but then they'd be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it takes you 5 years, 10 years to actually edit other stuff." But that video will come. But yeah, I think we can make it happen. I see you arrange a fan film. Yeah, you know full well I'd be down to do that on panels at cons if we ever did get cast. I think it would do. I think it'd be great. I would at least like to say something at the end of the panel. That would have to be a thing. Like, okay, so the panel's coming to an end. Any last questions? Yeah, I've got one for the Red Ranger. Hey, so what was it like filming? And then I can answer that question. It was great. And they're like, okay, thanks very much. The panel's over. It'd be great. I'm like, seriously, guys, that's it. No chance. The power chamber not after the disaster of PR Kickstarters. Which one was? Oh no, I think okay. So if no one knows, and this is how I kind of see it. Okay, so MMPR fan film that came out years and years and years ago. The guy ran off with all the money. That was pretty much it. That's I can't remember his name, Donovan or something like that. So this is when Mark's going to talk some real shit. Okay, as in the shit that is going down. Okay, so my MMPR fan film that was announced. It was the first proper one that was ever made, like ever talked about. Let's just turn that in there. Okay. So I added another added. So what was it? So they made they made this whole like thing that this fan film was going to be amazing. It got so bad controversy because they were going to get the late actor who played Robert, who played Lord Zed. He was going to voice Lord Zed, and they in their first trailer they showed them killing a kid for some strange, bizarre reason. It was Lord Zed. Apparently, that trailer got taken down, and I don't know if you can still find it. So then they made this whole thing. They got loads of stuff coming out, and it didn't do. It got so much hype, and it's on Facebook still. Like you can find the Facebook page and just read the comments. I've commented that on there a few times. And they promised a load of stuff. They showed some stuff off, and bam, that was mainly it. But then it never got made, and I think that was the downfall to how Power Ranger fan films were. Like, if you're not part of the crowdsource, now there have been some amazing ones, like Power Rangers Unworthy Productions. They've done really, really well, and they have shown it, and they have shown that they've got skills. I don't know if they had a Kickstarter, but they've shown that you can make a Power Ranger fan film if you don't ask for money or something like that. No, they did. They did ask for episode 3, but for episode 3 or 4, but they did show something beforehand, which is fine. So I know that, but I feel like because of MMPR fan film, anything that someone tries to kickstart properly, I think maybe the exception now of the White Dragon. I'm sure Unworthy they had a Kickstarter for episode 3. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. Let's have a quick look. Unworthy. Was it Indiegogo? Yeah, episode 3 by Jordan Thingy. There was a Kickstarter, and they 16 backers pledged $1,607. Yeah, they got some backing on that one. So yeah, I knew that they did it, and then yeah, they did it, and then they did Indiegogo, which got 53 backers. But that was like they wanted $6,554 pounds or something like that, and they got 1,359. Now they did it right. They did the whole thing where they showed their work beforehand and was like, "Look, we're going to do this," and that backed in. That's how I see it if you do a successful one. But anything after that, like, or anything before that. So any fan film that people asked got the same treatment as the MMPR fan film. Hey guys, I'm thinking about starting a Kickstarter and we can make this. This is my main goal, and people would never back it, and the fandom got burned. Which I'd understand if that happened. Oh, pardon me. Hiccups and burps are not the best. So yeah, if you had that, I can understand it. Yeah, and the order, like I understand what happened with the order, where they had everything ready to go, but then when I was speaking to people behind the scenes, it was the Actors Guild, and then something happened with the locations and stuff. But again, it was another thing that even like with Michael Copeland stuff, that never happened. That got back to a certain degree, and no one saw that. But with all that, it just showed that if someone ever brought up the idea of fan films or people backing it, then it just got slammed. I think that if you were to make a fan film for it, you would then have to show your work first. So produce the first couple of episodes, have it all done so fans can see it, and then then show it. That I think was the best thing. Someone reported them for breaking the rules. They got shut down because they'd already spent the money. Yeah, so it was the act. Yeah, it was the act. I know it was someone that stopped them, and they couldn't do it. I generally think that they could have easily raised the money again through convention stuff. But again, that was it. So it'd be interesting to see, because I know I haven't. Like I might try and speak to Karen about it and say like, look, try and make it again. But I think most of the actors have pulled out. Kyle, I want to see the Rangers in the suits. Haha, with the end of BM. I want to see Blaze and Roxy as actual Rangers. I think it'd be cool. It'd be interesting if they took on the film Rangers. That'd be kind of cool. But I generally don't know. Like when we saw in that the memory monster that actually put Blaze and Roxy in Ranger suits, I was like, that's really cool. I'd love it to know if like what happens if Roxy and Blaze were good and Devon and Zoe were evil. That's a what if. Did John and Dan have both pulled out? But yeah, I think it could be done. I think as soon as the pandemic is over, I reckon they just go, do you know what, guys? Let's just pull our money together in this one, and then when they go to cons and make the money back from there, sell DVDs, sell things, and just get it done. If some of the locations are bad, find new ones really quickly. Power King, is Power Ranger fan films allowed to use? You can use them. There's nothing that says you can't use suits. Like if you got it from Anarchy, if you got it from Halu, if you got it from somewhere else to make them, it doesn't say. There's no law saying you can't do that. Like even if you put it on YouTube or Vimeo or wherever, like they can't come back. If you pretty much said like use Sentai footage, then you can be shut down on that one. Copyright claims and stuff like that from Toei. But if you film your own stuff, it's all your own content. I've seen multiple fans. Like you could even like look at Unworthy. They redesigned the Mighty Morphin suits to look really like decent. So you can do that. So there's nothing in it that says you can't. Right. Have we got any more questions? That whole thing again. I can't believe the Red Ranger can't speak. I love it. It just needs to happen. Oh my god! Right, that episode was amazing. Wouldn't have been great if we saw play. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we had seen it. I think if they did a what if and moved all the Rangers about, like made Devon and Zoe Blaze and Roxy, like the evil avatars. I think that would be really cool. That would be something that I would wholeheartedly be okay with. The Ranger Vault mentioned you in the comment. That's cool. Yeah, check out the Ranger Vault, guys. Yeah. Shall we start a script? You can write your own lines. That's it. Just mark ... It's fighting. That's it. I don't really need to do much. Turn up for filming, and that's it. It'd be cool. And there's some really good locations as well. Just, like, just don't say anything. I can't, guys. Who said that? Was the Red Ranger actually said something? Guys, I can speak all the time. You can speak? Why didn't you say anything like a couple of like weeks ago? Guys, I did. I tried to say something about the monster. We need to use the chrono waves to defeat him. But the Blue Ranger said that. Yeah, because I just said chrono and Blue Ranger took over. That would be so good. Um, damn it, we all think about what ifs. All the what ifs. It's just that's tickled me a bit. That's tickled me. That's just literally on upside occasion background. No one else see it. Um, you just be like, you just turn as I throw my phone on the Morpher. You know, it would just be like just holding a sign. Guys, I can speak. Oh my god, the Blue Ranger said this. Come on, it's that. Because I'm really bad at learning lines. Like I learned this script for like the audition, and it's just like it took me ages. I think it took me like a week or so to learn the lines. But that was like kind of on and off, where it was just stuff like, oh, is it Alice? I'm so glad that you're not okay. Alice, I'm so glad that you're not hurt. I couldn't believe it, like that sort of thing. Where it took me ages to kind of get like one page down, and then the next page, and then the next page, and the next page, and it was only really, really short. But it's like, come on, tell her, just tell. I like you. No, I mean I like you. That was all it was. Um, I mean, it's not like the others were now. Like, what was the film in that mentioned? I got on my phone. What was the film mentioned? The Runaway Mine Train. And believe me, like my reading skills on it, I'm gonna find like I sent it to my friend and we actually talked about it. Alice, I'm so glad you're not okay. So, oh, yes, I am an evil Red Ranger. To be fair, I would love to be an evil Red Ranger. Um, what was the lines? What was it? It was Alice, that blast hit you pretty hard. Are you okay? I'm fine, thanks to you. Don't worry, I wouldn't let anything happen to you. What do you mean by that? It's just that. Just that what? Tell her, just tell. Kyle? I literally, as soon as it was a Kyle, I was like, get the monster out. I like you. Well, I like you too. Oh, okay. I didn't. One thing I didn't read is he forges forward. No, I mean I like you. You know. Yeah, I do, cause I like you too. I want this to be. You do? For ages, I was hoping you'd say something. What took you so long? Carl enthusiasm fades as he realizes she doesn't know. You didn't read the Connect Code of Conduct, did you? Recites from the heart. Rangers are not allowed to pursue romantic relationships with each other. Oh yeah, that sucks. Hopefully. Do you think we could hang out as teammates though? Good see you moving. Do you, we enemies become friends, friends become enemies? Learn a bit more about each other. Oh yeah, that sucks. Do you think we could hang out as teammates though? Maybe see a movie? Sure, why not? I know the best little Thai restaurant. That's it then. Dinner and a movie. It's a date. Oh no, I mean it's not a date. Oh no, it is a date. Maybe, maybe not. If we don't go alone, then it's not technically a date, right? It's become really old. Right. Glenn and Alex have been talking about seeing the runaway train all week. Fantastic. Let's all go together. And there's no reason why we can't sit together, right? You read my mind. Carl and Alex exchange a wink and a smile. The end. And that was pretty much what I learned. Not the Alice part. It's just right. Be a background and just bumped on. Right, let's do it. 100%. Alice, I'm so glad. Oh god, the sides are so bad. I know. Just playing an evil ranger. I would so badly like be the best like evil ranger. Just playing evil ranger sounds fun. Why am I talking about South Park when you're doing those voices? I had to cave in some drywall. Okay, so what was your thing? Why do you want to become Kyle? Got any drywall? Because I will fucking punch that. Drywall hates Kyle. Kyle hates drywall. It's a match made in heaven. I am very lost as to what's happening. So basically, there were some slides for the audition, and you had to learn them. So when you send off your audition tape, it was stuff like you had to say stuff about yourself. Like, hi, my name is Mark. I left out the fact that I was a YouTuber and stuff like that, and I just said, hi, my name is Mark. I am over the age of 18, and this is my audition for Power Ranger, for whatever. And then I showed a clip of me bouldering. So bouldering is like climbing, because I thought no one's done this. No one. I don't think anyone had. Well, everyone's doing their karate and their moves. I'm going to climb some walls, really high walls, because that's something that's not been done. And then it was talking about it. And then you had to do the lines, and that's it. And it was just like, it was fun. I had to rearrange the whole downstairs because the camera and all that, they were like, oh, you've got to take front shots, mid shots, and then lengthwise. And I couldn't get lengthwise. Hi, Riza. And yeah, that was it. It was it was so much fun. I learned the lines with a friend, and then lockdown happened. I was like, oh, why universe? I sent the audition tape. I got an email back, and they were like, "Thanks. If we like what we see, we'll let you know." So I would love it if I got an email, and it was just like, "Hey, you're going to be on Power Rangers." I'm like, "I've got shave for a year," and that's it. And I was just like, "Yeah, that would be perfect," because I would. I know for a fact that there'll be two things that would happen. So if I became whatever color ranger on the show, I know that people would pick on me. I know people would insult me, and I know like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy is a ranger. Oh my god, like he can't even do his lines. He's so wooden. He's so this, and I would love it if I just turned around and yeah, it's my first acting gig. You know, Alan Rickman, like he did, and he was in Die Hard, and that was his first line. And then they'd all be stuff like, we love you, you're amazing. And I'd be like, yeah, that's what I thought you said. That's what I'd be. Mine might have been late because I had to stunt. So I had to get the stunt reel done. I heard that because of because of COVID, they extended it, and I was like, I've not seen anything put around. So hopefully we still have a chance where we could be Power Rangers, and it would be the best thing in the world. Not speaking, I reckon that. Can you imagine if you went to the writers and went, "Oh, hey guys, these are the new Rangers. Like, hey guys, like welcome aboard. We're gonna be writing for you. Have you got any kind of like things that you'd like to do for us to kind of work around?" And I'd be like, I don't want any lines. And they're like, right, it's fine. That makes it easier. We can just focus on 4 characters. Right? I want character development. But this is what happens at the very end of the series. I just turn around and say that. That is it. That is it. And they just go, we like you, Mark. You will be whatever color we want you to be. And I'd be like, God damn straight. And I'd be very happy. I would be very, very happy. But then I imagine people would be like, what happens in this week? Like, I could literally turn around. We could film all the stuff, and I could easily make videos on this, and no one could turn around. Hey guys, this is my review 3 weeks early. So someone has okay, so someone commented, They picked the Power Rangers Dino Fury. The shittiest SND cringiest name. It's like they saw the names all the fans wanted and decided to go with something completely. I'm gonna put that in there. Fuck it, I don't care. There we go. I don't think it's cringy. I just generally think that there'll be two things in this. If they went with Dino Knights or Jurassic Knights, then people would be like, "Oh, most easiest name ever." So now they've gone with Dino Fury. Everyone's like, "I hate it," or they love it. At the end of the day, we're all gonna watch it. I can see your point, but I know that they will literally keep it down. At least it's not something like Dinosaur Rumble, Dino Rumble. Can you imagine if it was Dino Rumble? Power Rangers Dino Rumble. I just wonder. What have we got? That actually makes sense. Yeah, I can't believe they made ASJ Shaved come back. I'm fine with him because everyone would want clean cut Jason. Pardon me. I reckon that if he turned around and went, "Oh my, hey guys, I'm so glad you can do it. Now I can go back to wearing a beard." Damn it, Jason, you look so good in a beard. I know, I had to shave it. All right, all right, let's get to it. Mine might have been late. Oh no, I've got to do a tape. Do it. I want you to be in Suicide Squad. I want you there. The side's just as bad. Hey man, have you seen the Batman? He's coming down. Do it. I want to see you in Suicide Squad. I want to see you in Suicide Squad. Yeah, for the Beast Morphers, I found loads of people's auditions. I made videos. I haven't seen anything this time. I'd seen people post it in groups a lot more. So a lot of people were doing karate. And one thing is they were on the beach. Looking on the beach. What does that say? Everyone lives near a beach in that area. Yeah, so he made him annoyed. Yeah, he was also annoyed they didn't give him much time to beef back up. I think it's like we need this done. A lot of people have said that apparently Jason, as in like the character, he is like the person who owns Grid Battle Force. Like he is the commander. I think that'd be really cool if he was. Okay. Power Rangers Dino Might. Oh, Dynamite would have been good actually. Dynamite ready to fight. That would have been it. You know it would be. But then wouldn't that sound a bit like Dino, but Dino Charge? I mean, they could call it what they want, but instead of Power Rangers High School. Okay, guys, we're the Power Rangers high merchandise sales. I thought you said high school merchandise sales. That would be pretty cool. I'd love that. Okay, hey guys, buy our merch. Merch power. You want to buy 3 of these? Get you some souls. Put them in there. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Enemies become friends. Wasn't what ASJ always wanted for Jason that he was a guy that works in the shadow? I think so. I think Austin said that sort of stuff in the past, where he has gone. I would love it to be the shadow. Like, wasn't the thing in what was it in Forever Red that he was doing something? Rangers together, capitalism forever. Buy merch. Yeah, but I think I've heard Austin say that he's probably said it in an interview that I've had with him at some point, or he said it to other people. The Power Chamber. Yeah, that's why he loves the Omega Ranger storyline in comics. What? Oh, was that the? See, I know there's 2 Omega Rangers now. There was Omega Ranger in. No, I'm thinking Solar Ranger. Solar Ranger, yeah. Oh, I would fucking love it. Stop saying lines. Right. I think about it. Oh, the timer went from like the correct time back. So getting started. One more ad. There we go. And then I think in about 10 minutes, I'm gonna call it a night so I can go to bed. Dino night, ready to bed. Jason became red. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. How can I? To be fair, I've been reading the comics, but the story line hasn't grabbed me. Yeah, Jason became the Red Omega Ranger in the comics and went off to fight alien threats. I remember, and then they actually got caned by the blue one. Just jumps in and actually destroys them or something. Yeah, I remember that one. And then it was just like Jason had to fight it. I think you're you're already emotionally. I am. I just put the suit on, someone there. I just turn up. I just say one thing, and then be like, no, we know this. It'd be perfect for me. I'd put more emphasis into it being emotional and showing my this, oh, God damn it, guys. Or you just hear me like when in the suits as well. You'd hear me going stuff like, I instantly do the JDF thing, unfortunately, because I thought it was cool when he said it as a kid. But I'd be going, and I'd be like, did he just speak? I'm about to say something like, yeah, and someone just like monster knocks me out. I'm like, he can. How does he not say anything? We've asked we've not actually asked him directly. That's it. It's just like, these monsters. And I mean, I love it. I mean, if it's swinging the cat off, I think it should be a thing. I don't know, like suits. I'm sure it's easy enough to get them. It'd be so cool. I think it'd just be really cool. I'd love it. But then we have to get other people, get cameos, get other people in there. It'd be fun. Make 1 or 2. See, live stream. First of all, we talk about the Power Ranger stuff, about what's coming out from Saban, from Hasbro. Sorry, turns into a full-on UK fan film. Just me not saying anything. My God, I can't believe that Mark guy is acting so wooden. He doesn't say anything. I'll come over to help with the editing. It's an hour away. It's all fine. I got plenty. Yes, that's it. Like the whole UK. I can't believe that Airlim's not saying anything. This is the worst fan film ever, but it's the best fan film ever because it's comedy gold. Comedy gold. When you also peel the saw off your elbow. This thing would be so cool. Well, I've been seeing hate for Power Rangers now. I just feel like people be like Saban, not Saban. Not saying anything, but I know, right? First time for not saying. I've been seeing hate for Power Rangers now. I feel like people be like, not Saban. See, the thing is with hate, like it happens every single year. You'll have someone turn around and go, was that new series gets announced, like whatever one. So let's say next year, Lupin versus Power Ranger. That gets adapted. And people will go, oh my God, this is amazing. And then people will go, fuck that shit. It's the worst season ever. I hate it. I am not watching it. And 9 out of 10 times, it's those people that come along and they watch it and they enjoy it and they love it. And it gets boring. It gets tiresome when to the point where you just can't defend it. So literally, you just skim past it on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, wherever you want to be, and then you look at it and you just go, I know in 2 months' time, that person's going to go, oh my God, they love it. And that's it. It's as simple as that. At the end of the day, you can hate whatever you want. And that's all you can do. Like you just said now. Also, if it was Lupin versus Power Ranger, people would be, I wanted. And the same thing is like, even if you give what they want, someone will then turn around and go, I don't like that. One of my friends, and I like him a lot, but sometimes, like when they show a ranger, if they don't cast an Asian as a Red Ranger, which they never have done yet, he goes on a massive rant. And you know that at some point they will do it. Maybe this season they will. But if it's something that he doesn't like, but I imagine him as they kind of like a good example. You can give everything under the sun, make everything happy for them, and then all of a sudden, that's it. Like one tiny thing, and it's done. And it's not just like say him; it's just everywhere that I've seen it. Um, Austin comes back for Beast Morphers. I want JDF. JDF comes back for Beast Morphers. I want Karen Ashley. Karen Ashley comes back. I want David Yost. You have an entire whole cast. You can get every single Ranger in on it. It's not like I remember. They didn't say this line, and they hate on it. And you just go, what can make you happy? They cast me as the Red Ranger. Okay. It's very hard to kind of please everybody. And that's the thing. It's like, Jake, you've watched the DC shows. This is going to carry on more than 10 minutes, by the way. You've seen the DC shows, haven't you? Where you cut, like, they try and tick every single box now, and it is impossible. You cannot tick every single box for any TV show because it'll be one little thing that someone doesn't like. That's it. Here's better toys. Don't like that. Like the way that Bandai gave me 3-inch figures that broke when you took them out of the box. When they literally would give you something like that. Beast Morphers, the Morpher. The Morpher was a lot bigger than the Japanese one. Hate it, too big. Okay, all right, we'll change it. Don't like it. Change from it. I like big Morphers now, and that's it. It is literally it. You can't please everyone, and that's what really, really irritates me. And sometimes puts me off the entire series because, like, say for example, Super Mega Force. I like the series. It's not the best series. I liked it. But the second you turn around and say, I like Super Mega Force, boom, you'll have thousands of people, hundreds of people jumping on. It sucks. It's the worst season ever. Blah, 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 blah. Oh! And then someone goes, I like Mike Morphing. Woohoo! Yeah, Mike Morphing. Woo! I don't like Mike Morphing. Oh! It's just different strokes for different folks, as they say. Everyone has preferences. I love the DC shows. They've got a little things going. I'm not so keen on, but it's nothing worth. Yeah, like I was speaking to one of my friends about Supergirl earlier, and I mentioned something in it, and he was like, "Yeah, I totally agree." Or like Legends or Legends of Tomorrow, where it's really good, but it goes from really dark to okay to comedy to cringy comedy, but then it goes straight up. It changes, but you can't please everyone. Otherwise, you would just have a clusterfuck of a season. You'd have a brand that, like, if they don't stand on their 2 feet, people will complain, and that's what really kind of irritates me. Everyone is going to want the season. I wanted them to carry on with after them adapting Go Buster. I wanted them to do the Train series. I thought that's what was going on for ages. I thought that, and then they brought out Dino Fury. It's fine. It's up to them. See, as like Pito says, I don't like Samurai, but I wouldn't bash on it because you like that. I don't. It's what you like, and we all can't like everything. Otherwise, we'd just be. It just wouldn't work. People are so picky for everything. Yeah, but you can't give everything they want. I want this Ranger. I want this Ranger. I want that Ranger. I want this toy. I want that toy. I want them to do this. I want them to be exactly like the Sentai. I don't like them. I want them to be their own thing. I can't believe it's like a Sentai. Blah, blah, blah. It irritates me a lot. These shows have gone so downhill. I used to love them now. The only one is Flash is actually quite decent. I like Mega Force. It got a few. Yeah, it's got a lot of flaws in Super Mega Force. But I enjoyed what it was. I like the Super Mega Force characters. So shows are directed to be fun, especially with Power Rangers. It's a kids' shows. They forget things like Super Mega Force are golden because they have their B movie like acting. Pardon me. And the storylines. Yeah, you got to take back B movies have standards. Yeah, like it was everyone bagged on all the actors for such a long time, but when you actually meet them and interact with them, they're great. Like it's the way that the actors and all that were directed, and that's what made it bad because the director didn't like the show. And that's mainly it. So it carried on. Um, do, do, do. I think even though we get what we want, people always complain about it. You give them everything they want, they demand, they say they want, and then they won't watch it. It's the same thing as like on Twitter, like how you have a set amount of people that will try and change things. I don't like this in the game. Let's change this. I do that. Will they buy it? No. They want to complain and they want to change it because they want to. That is how they do this, and that's how they do it. They just complain all the time, and you can't change that. And then if you say, like, "Oh, we changed all this. Are you going to buy this game, watch this film?" No, I just want to change it because I didn't like it. I still watch them and enjoy them. I think some of the storylines shows are not great in my opinion. Some of them love and I respect with others. I'm a huge B movie fan, but Super Megaforce and Megaforce are my favorite seasons. That's fine. Like they're very good seasons. The biggest problem is people want a 3-part reunion with the OG actors and think are they right? That is true. If you do not have the original OG actors, that is it. It is the worst thing in the world. And it happens every season. Guarantee you, someone will go, I think we should have a Mighty Morphin reunion. Just watch Mighty Morphin again. Like, the actors aren't going to commit in and do it now. They've either moved on, they don't want to do it anymore. They respect it. They've got jobs. They've got commitments that they can't change. But everyone says, I want this. Look how was it the letter that came out for the Legendary War? Dear Ranger, there was no love in it. And I guarantee you could have had probably everyone back if they were willing to put in the money and make it one of the greatest shows to ever grace it. If Super Megaforce was done right, it would have been the best Power Ranger series ever, and nothing would have been able to have touched it. But they've messed it up. Biggest problem is show me too, man. I'm not a fan of shows, but nothing against the actors, but the show's more like C movie grade, to be honest. I heard apparently Andrew has so many ideas for the show in Megaforce, but got shut down. Yeah, because the director's probably like, we don't want to hear that. Andrew, you have this probably great idea that could work well. You're just this. Get back out there. You're not that. And that's pretty much what they probably did. They completely changed a lot of what the characters were, but they could have been the greatest series of all time. I heard apparently Andrew, want better actors, get better actors. These actors suck. Same thing, yeah. Oh my God, these actors are all pretty models. Yeah, most actors are pretty models. What better suck? Yeah, wasn't there something about Troy's dad in the beginning when he came out of new school, but it got caught? Yeah, I heard it was meant to be Austin or something, was meant to be his dad. But they decided to get rid of it, and that was it. What else? In the series, it was meant to be very similar to Gokaiger, where you had certain rangers come back to reprise the role. So earlier we were talking Pepto about Blake Foster coming back, and he was meant to play the mechanic, and that was meant to be it. And he was meant to give the powers of the Turbo Rangers to the Rangers as soon as they earned it. After he did something, and I think he was meant to work on his Blue Ranger Zord, the Lightning Blast or whatever it was. That was meant to be the whole thing, but then they completely changed it. One of the rules of the reason why they didn't put that much into it is because they didn't want to put the emphasis on the pirate themed. And to me, that was the most stupidest thing in the world because pirates sell. Well, that's like saying, oh, no one likes dinosaurs, or a small majority don't like dinosaurs, so we're going to change Dino Fury to something else, and that was it. And it was just so kind of Pepto. Just because you've actually brought up a really good point. The actor who played Basco wanted to be on the show and said that he would reprise the role of Basco. He knows English, and he would have done Basco. How cool would that have been? Of seeing Rangers fight Rangers and having like the sound effects of like Gold Ranger as like Brad, or Shadow Ranger as that, and actually having the sounds. How cool would it have been to have all the stuff in Megaforce into Gokaiger into Super Megaforce? It would have been perfect. What did we get? An okay-ish season. Answers. Yeah, wasn't there some dad? Yeah, expectedly. Hey, Ellen, think we'll get a virus monster for die. I don't know. I think that if they carry on with the virus, I think that's very similar to how I see it when they do the dad scenario. Like, was it where I'm trying to think where they had the dad finding? Yeah, two dad findings. Like you had Dino charge. That's fine. The dad, boom, and then Ninja Steel, the father. I think there's a lot of stuff like that. That to me, like if they carried on with the virus thing, I think it would be a very bad thing. I want a original story. They could have a virus monster in one episode or maybe two, but I wouldn't want the entire series to kind of go back and kind of visit this whole thing because we've had virus all the way through Beast Morphers. You're just the actor is the worst thing on sets, especially if what is being filmed is being made difficult. Yeah, can you imagine? Like you come into work, you're like, I've had this really great idea for my story, for my character. I'm really happy about it. I think it will build it. It will make the story better. Hey, director, this is yeah, get away. You're just the actor. We'll just pay you. You do what we say. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna do this. Hey guys, how you doing? You're not going to give more emphasis. Sorry. Hey guys, that's perfect. You're fine. So yeah, I just it irritates me. Like it could have been the best season in the world. Um, hey, done the same thing. They should have had Basco. I would have loved Basco. As I said, they could have made it awesome. Or Megaforce Ranger versus Super Megaforce. Yeah, they could have. They could have had so many things. I still believe that if you'd done the way that you should have done it is when the Megaforce Rangers, so it should have been Megaforce all the way through, and Super Megaforce is when they get the chess pieces from the Ghost Ager, and that's their power up. And then at the very end, you bring in the fight at the very end, well, the very beginning and from the film from Gokaija, the one where they think everything's fine and suddenly they get attacked and everything, and then left that. And then the Dino Charge Rangers, they would have been the Super Mega Force Rangers and done it like that. Because do you remember at the end of Power Rangers Mind Morphing Season 3 when it went into Zeo? Now, I think I've mentioned this on the channel quite a few times. One of my memories from being a kid was I was at a wedding in Scotland. I think I was like 13 or 14, something at the time. I was really like still quite young, and Power Rangers had just come out. I think I was younger than that. And I remember going, and this one episode was being shown. It was the end of Power Rangers, and it was on this small TV in the corner of the room. I was watching it, and my mum was like, "Come on, we gotta go, we gotta go." I was like, "No, I need to see this." And the command center blew up, and I literally was just like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is amazing!" And then I couldn't wait till Zeo, and with it being in the UK at the time, Zeo, we didn't know if we would get Zeo. So I was like, oh my God, I need to see this. We saw it eventually. But that sort of thing, can you imagine, like, at the end of Super Mega Force, this armada attacks, and you see all the past Rangers fighting just as they bring into Super Mega, like, into the thing, into the was it 199 battle? That would have been perfect. It would have been absolute perfect. And then take it from there. But no, they just messed it up. But they didn't do what justice it could be done. And the toys they could have sold, that was like cash grab. That was. Can you imagine proper range keys like the Japanese, but with proper springs and proper painted? People would have gone ballistic for that sort of stuff. I remember asking Bandai about that, and they thought that their version was better. And I was like, it was in like one of my very old Bandai videos. This is when Dino Charge had just been announced and stuff like that, and I was just like, "Come on, guys." Do you feel like they should maybe go back to Super Mega Force? I reckon that if you were to go back to Super Mega Force, I think the only thing is that you'd have to move forward. So you can make your own series, like bring them into like a crossover. But I don't think we're going to go back. I remember there was a petition to get Saban to go all the way back, and I was going to write a video on it. but I never had a chance. No, monster created by a virus with. Oh, okay, sorry. I think that I don't think they will. I don't think that they will, Edison. I think that they will kind of move away because when I watched a few of the episodes from of Rear Soldier when they did it, it was a bit like they can't show it. So I think they'll just have monsters. I think that they'll just won't show that the humans get taken over. I think that they'll just say this is the monster of the day and that's it. And it will probably do what they've done with Beast Morphers, where they will go in and appear and that's it. Then it'll go fight, 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 normal fight, and then they'll go here is this fight and Sansai footage. That's how I think they'll do it. Because it's a formula that hasn't really kind of changed over the years. Pepto, we can get stuff like that now for fan projects. Yeah. I think Jason's. Yeah, there's a lot of things that people have said about the Jason being the founder of Grid Battle Force, which kind of would make sense. But then I think if Jason came out, he'd be like, I think we should call it SPD, and that would link into SPD and how it all came to be. That's how I would do it. I would link. I see Grid Battle Force as the beginning of SPD. To be fair, that's pretty much what they did in the original show after season 1. They weren't interested in character development. It's always been about toys. I think when I know a kid show like that has to be about toys, but I also kind of think that you have to give something back. So it just can't be like, here is a toy sale, here is a toy sale, here is a toy sale, because it doesn't work that much. Like there's no depth. Otherwise, it's like here's a cash cow. And that's it. It's how pretty much Bandai did with My Morphing. It was just their cash cow. Is that added an advert? Cool. Okay. Hello everyone. Hello Power Dear. The Power Chamber. How you made the show? It became the Tommy Show. It really did. Speaking of Ghost Ager, was there ever going to be a green? I don't think there was, because the green one, from what I remember, he was only in a memory. I think he only popped up once, like you saw very briefly. But I don't think that they would have done it. It would have been cool because it would have been original. But I think Saban back then didn't want to be original. I mean, you came up with a concept for Super Mega Force and Gokaiger, but they didn't do it. I think that they just lost focus. I think that you could see that they wanted the show to fail a little bit, but because of toy sales. So I think Bandai had a huge help in it, and you could see the decline in the way that the toys were. So back in the day, the toys were amazing. Toys then started filtering down. It just wasn't that great. I think Jason became fun. It is a good theory, I said, of it. But if it's not, I can understand it. But an original Ranger in control of that, I really like. I keep hearing rumors about the team up being something like 1 episode or 2 episodes, 3 episodes. I really hope it's a 2-parter because there is so much you can do in it, and if you have to get rid of Christmas and the Halloween episodes, I am all for that. People go extreme on Super Megaforce, saying I don't want Super Megaforce to be connected in the parent. There is no way you cannot have it. It's in Dimensions and Danger. It's connected. They can't stand around and say it's a different universe because it's there. So those sort of people, it's like some people believe that Zeo is My Morphing season 4, and it's not. And it says it in the name, but some people, I think they had to go at you, Psycho Gold, for that, didn't they? Where they were like, oh, yeah, this is My Morphing season 4, and then they blocked you. I remember that one. He's gone. So where are we? Will the show be delayed because I can't wait another day, year, or months waiting for Power Rangers? Okay, Power Dear. I think what it is that all of Beast Morphers has been filmed and it's been edited and it's ready to go. mainly because the Russian advert that they did, they showed some extra scenes from Power Rangers. So I think everything is sorted from it. So we will get the rest of Beast Morphers. The rest of it, I don't think we'll get. They won't start filming until the virus has all been sorted out. Pardon me, or that it's safe to do so. Um, so in a couple of weeks, or a couple of months, whenever Power Rangers comes back after the hiatus, that is going to be it. So we won't see much until then. So yeah, Beast Morphers returns. We're all okay. They need to, yeah. I reckon they will. I think that if because Jason doesn't know about SPD, I don't think, not unless he did an Alex or he did a Tommy, where everyone knows. So I think that what will happen is that he'll say, maybe I should just call this SPD or something, something like that. I think that would make people really, really happy. Then you do. Were you hooked? Were you hooked from episode? Okay, so with Beast Morphers, I kind of was hooked on episode 1 because they didn't use any Sentai footage that I know of. Anyway, they didn't use any Sentai footage, and that's what I liked. It was all original concept. It was original, different. It was different, and I absolutely loved it. And I think when you saw, I think it was like not until second episode, but where you started seeing Sassy Roxy, and that's what really, really, really got me. Because I just you haven't seen a sassy character that would give like cheek back to the other Rangers, and I absolutely loved that. It felt different as well. It felt like a whole new show because they did what Saban hadn't done since Disney. Obviously, he wasn't in control of it, where he was very. It was very kind of open-end fighting, and it wasn't closed. So I keep thinking like messages coming up on chat through my phone. But I think it's when they started kind of dealing with more topics. Like you had Roxy emotionally blackmail Ravi to kind of get in there, and that's what kind of made me think, wow, this is a show aimed for kids, but it's dealing with adult themes, and that's what I really, really, really liked. So I was hooked from day one. I think it's a great series. It has its flaws. I'm not going to say that. I think the biggest episode that annoyed me was in season 2, where Roxy saves the animals, which is fine, but there was no consequence. That was it. There was no consequence for it. Where she basically committed fraud and was just like, yeah, we'll pay for all this, and nothing came of it. I think the way that I would have written that episode is I would have basically had Roxy's aunt turn around and go, yeah, no, you're fired, and you will not work in this industry again. And let that hurt Roxy in some sort of way, because the way that I saw it was Roxy could do whatever she wants. Oh, I've just given out $1 billion towards this grant fund because I think they're worth it, and there's no repercussions on it. And that's what kind of really gets to me. I think I argued with someone about how did I argue or did I discuss with someone? I can't remember. Well, I had a conversation with someone, and there was the whole thing of how Commander. It wasn't there. It was my friend that I was having a discussion with. He said about the Commander and how of something that she did, and there was no repercussions of it, and it's like she had no kind of gump, nothing for it. She had no emotion, and it was something like that. And I argued when she sends her son into battle every single day, every single week, and he could die. So she has a lot of strength behind her, and I think he went, oh, I see your point now, or it went on for a while. But it's that sort of thing that I generally really like. There are ties. It's because, yeah, she doesn't like artists, but it's because Ravi didn't talk to her. So it showed more on that one. But the show has been more, I think, in-depth, and it has shown more than I think over time. So, yeah, I've been hooked on Beast Morphers for a long time. I hope the Pink Ranger will be a black girl. I hope so too. Green Ranger was dead, that they couldn't touch that territory. I think you can touch it. I just think that you can rewrite it. I think it's a lot harder for them to have scenes in through the Sentai footage, and um, because oh, was it? Because back then they weren't willing to pay the money. Like it would just be basically, I'm the Green Ranger, and I'm not in this. I'm going to sit out, or they wouldn't fight that person, or it'll be, hey, Green Ranger, you go off and help this load of people get to safety. Okay, and then that's it. You never see them fighting. So I don't think that you would see a lot with the Green Ranger. So I think it'd be pointless having it. Right, dude. Oh, yeah. So seconds left. Were you still with us in Liverpool where Kevin had? Oh, yes. Yes, I was there when that chick threw up over Kevin. I got very, very drunk that night. I got very, very drunk. And yeah, I remember was it going to the guy who played was I'm gonna call him by the Ranger names, Kelvin and Haley, and taking photos with them, but being very drunk, and then saying to Kelvin, "You're my favorite you're my favorite Yellow Ranger," and he was like, "Oh." Are you sure? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to remind you of this tomorrow. And he did. And I was like, it's still true. I was like, you're my favorite male Yellow Ranger. I'm sticking with that one. Yeah, I remember some girl throwing up over Kevin, and I told the White Dino Ranger, White Dino Thunder Ranger, that he was right because he always turns around in things that he is better than Tommy and he beat Tommy. And I was like, yeah, it's true. You're 100% true. You beat the shit out of Tommy. And I can't remember what he said, but I think he was like, yeah, like like a drunk person that comes up to you and starts having a conversation. So I think that. So if I ever see them again, I will like kind of be like, I'm so sorry, I got drunk. Yeah, I remember more things from that night, but I want to kind of rectify first of all before I say anything on camera. But yeah, that night was so good. Like I want that to happen again. I really, really enjoyed it. I remember Paul Schweier, who plays Bulk. I remember him coming up to me and going like, "How did you get here so fast?" And I was like, "What do you mean? I've been here all night." He's like, "No, we went down to the Beatles bar and you were playing drums." And I was like, I don't play drums. He was like, no, it was you. And I was like, oh, he's like, oh, it was a lookalike. And I was like, oh, great. He was like, man, that guy looks so like you. And I was like, I have that face. Oh, that was a good night. I really, really enjoyed that one. I love conventions. I freaking love conventions when that sort of stuff happens. Like the stories I've had. Oh, it's so much, so fun. I love conventions. Uh, yes, amen to the Christmas and Halloween episodes. They are not the best. I tend to think they aren't kind of. I think I hate clip shows. I think when like they did it in Beast Morphs, they did it differently. Where was it? Where they became the characters. So like they became Vikings, Sherlock Holmes, Frankenstein and his monster. They were interesting. That was I didn't mind that one. But I just generally hate the fact that it's just like, hey, do you remember that time? And then they just show clips. It's just like it's a pointless episode. You could turn that into something different and have an interesting story, not a clip show. I fucking hate clip shows. I absolutely hate clip shows. Do you think we'll get black and green Beast Morphers? I think we do. I don't know if there was a pink one. Was there a pink one? Was there a pink one? Pink Go Buster. Sure. I think. Oh yeah, there was, wasn't there? But she wasn't in a suit, was she? She just had pink hair. I if that's not Betty, I don't know what is. I reckon that if that is that will be Betty. So yeah, if it's a pink one, Betty will be the Pink Ranger, or Megan. No, it'll be Betty. I reckon if she's not the Green Ranger. Black Ranger, I think, will be Commander Shaw. Um, pardon me, because I think isn't that in the Go Buster film? It's like the head guy of the office. He is that one. So if that's the case, I definitely see it. I don't tend to like. Okay, I don't tend to like to get into politics and race things in Power Rangers. But if there were to be an African American Ranger, I would like to see it as well. Well, okay, I can kind of see that. My I think the only like possible would be Devon's dad. I think like, can you imagine if like he and Evox get separated and then suddenly like they go, "Hey, Mayor Daniels, you should use this," and transforms. That would be kind of cool. I'd kind of like to see that. Um, but I think I kind of like to see Commander Shaw as the Black Puma or Panther Ranger, whatever. Ever that'd be cool. Either one, I'm more than okay with. I feel like fans will never be happy when they get something they want. Um, I think, yeah, it's just you can never please a certain fan. Like you could turn around and give everything to the fans, and they would love it. And then all of a sudden, one person be like, "Oh, I don't like the fact that I think the wrist morpher should be on the other hand. I hate the show because the wrist morpher's not on the other hand." And that's it. It'd be little things like that that annoy me. Or something like, oh, let's have a think. Like they could have the best storyline in the world. Every single ranger from the entire series comes back and is 100% perfect. And then it'll be something like, oh, I didn't like the way Jason and Justin didn't interact. Like they should have been best friends, like, but they weren't. They don't know about each other. I wish like Demetria was still there. That would have been best, and that would be it. And that annoys me. Bring back Demetria. No. Um, so you've had a drunken ranger story. I think drunken ranger stories are fun. Paulie is amazing. I love him. One of my favorite people I've worked with. Did you see my reaction of Nico? That's Nico doing his modeling for. I don't know. I didn't see. I might have a look at that. You have to show me. Um, bye, Power Chamber. I better go. Just saw it's 11. I've got a few things to get done tonight. That's cool. Thank you very much for joining. Everyone who's joined me this, thank you very much for being here. I know we've got some people who've been in from the very beginning, and then some people who have been like have just joined now. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. The more I do these, the more comfortable I'll get and go, right, I'll do it on this day. To be fair, I only thought that I was going to do this for like half an hour and talk about the Hasbro stuff, and then kind of bring it out. But I've had more fun doing this than editing it because it's all live. No, not drunk. I'm under. Oh, okay. I went to meet Bruno and Mia of MMP Toys, and she asked if she'd seen me before. Have you met Bruno and Mia quite a few times? They're actually quite like decent people. I really like Bruno and Mia. When you hear British Bruno, ask him to do British Bruno. Yeah, we got him to do British Bruno. I literally comment on his videos and then just go British Bruno. Where's British Bruno? I really wish I got that on camera. I really did. Someone has commented. What did they say? That's come through differently. It's come through on the Studio app. Let's have a look. I'm guessing because you can actually comment on this. Okay, no, it's something completely different. It was a Superman thing. I was like, that's really weird. No, maybe green. Yeah, I thought that if you can do one big battle at the end, then you could have Blaze and Roxy come back, Ben and Betty be Rangers, Commander Shaw, like Mayor Daniels, have all of them in there, and then go for it and literally just hammer the crap out of the bad guy. That I think would be absolutely perfect. But it depends if they implement it properly. But I think it'd be kind of cool to see. I met them once at Pam. Yeah, they go to Pam. Next time, if you remember, or even I say comment on the video, but next time if you see them again, just talk about it, say British Bruno. But they are really nice people. I do like Bruno and Mia. So we've had multiple conversations and had dinner. I've had dinner. Also went to the house. That was really random. Just turned around and went to the house when they lived in LA. Um, I met one. Okay, Ben was. Or Ben, but most people want Blaze to be the Lion Ranger, which is a fan made, but some people thought it was legit. I've never heard of the Lion Ranger, um, but I'd be surprised that there isn't one because of the Zord. If they were black, if they were to be black or green, Betty would be green, and Ben would be black. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Um, as long as if they did get Ranger status, I think that'd be cool. But I think that if it gets to the point where halfway through season two, um, if they don't make it later or from one episode, then it'd be a missed opportunity. You don't get to go to. Okay, that's fine. Are you going to go to PalMorphCon next year then? Yeah, next year. I was like, is it 2 years? But no, it'd be next year and stuff like that. 3 hours. 3 hours of talking, and I've drunken thingy. Cool. I'm saving up for PalMorphCon now. But all the lightning stuff comes out, and I'm like, oh, it makes it so much harder to save up. So, yeah, I'm hoping going to be there. So you have to come and say hello if you see me. And if you see me at con, right, there's one thing I tend to do is people obviously see these videos, and then they see, Ben needs to get in shape. Because I think he'd be fine. I think that he'd demorph. I think that because we've seen, like, if you look at the Cyan Ranger, who was that the big guy in Thingy, in the Sentai, where the suit just like shrunk on him, made him thinner type thing. So I think that if Ben did it, I think he'd just demorph. But even if he was in big spandex, it wouldn't bother me. I just think it'd be okay. I think it's one of those things where I think no one really minds about body stuff like that. I think he'd be fine in it. I think he'd look kind of cool. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so at cons and stuff, people come up and go like, "Hey, I love your videos," and I'm like, I don't know. Just next time, just like if I know your username, just said, "Oh, okay, it'll change that." Sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought you said it wouldn't fit, and he'd need to get into it. So sorry, Grant. I didn't mean that. Yeah. So yeah. So well, if you see me, just come and say hello. I'm Orville, and I'll be like, hi. And then because some people have come up to me and gone like, hey, how are you doing? Like we've chatted, and they've not told me their username, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I like talking to people. I just get very busy at cons if I'm filming and stuff like that. So normally I need to learn how to kind of relax a bit more, and actually when I'm not filming anything, just kind of talk. You should. I'll probably, Jake. I'm going to invite you to our PalMorphCon chat, and see what it is. Like, join us and talk about it, because this year I got burnt out from cons completely. So I literally just didn't want to go to any. I think like when I had money to save up for PalMorphCon, I was just like, I really can't be bothered. And then literally then I put it next year, so I'm gonna try and save up for it. But I think like all of our groups just we can't afford it. But yeah, I'll invite you into our chat, into our PalMorphCon chat, because there you go. I added another ad, because I do like we do talk about it, and like if I'm looking into flights and stuff, I'll sort it all out and go like, this is what it is this the price, and we take it from there. See, I saw you, Power Dear. I said I saw you wanted to go to con. You should go to a con. So I think that everyone should go to at least one PalMorphCon or one local con. Like it doesn't have to be like, I don't think it has to be like a PalMorphCon. Think of it like if you're new to cons, start with like a small one, and then link it up, and then go, I'm going to go to this con. I'm going to go to this con. Because my first one I went to was Birmingham, and that was a very small con. But I'd never been to a con, and then I went straight to MCM. Boy, that was a big con. And then I went international cons, and I've really enjoyed them. I'm super excited. It's fine, man. Just we will listen and we'll talk, and it'll be absolutely fine, man. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So I'd like to meet you one day. Um, I wonder if they'll do. I thought Zoom would be a very good way of doing it, and having like a cast reveal, be like, "Hey guys, this is it." Let's just hope they have all really good webcams. So, have you ever noticed that if any like TV shows and stuff like that, or any news, they have webcams, and then they don't light it properly, and they don't have any. Oh, was it? They don't have any like proper lighting. It's always like really fadey bad webcams. So yeah, no, it's not the best. But I hope they do a Zoom call. I think that would be really cool to do. But since being locked down, you really want to go back to the circuit now. Just put one in. I kind of do, and I kind of don't. I know if I'm going to go to MorphCon next year, I won't go to any other con. Like the only con I would go to would be in Wrexham, but they moved that. If they still have like a few actors, I'll probably go if I can, but I'll probably put all my money into going into PowerMorphCon and stuff like that. So I might wear my merch. Okay. How will they make Dino Fury theme song on it? I reckon it will just be upbeat dubstep. I think dirty dubstep would be absolutely fine. Like Power Ring. That'd be cool. dirty dubstep. That'd be awesome. I've been to Dallas Fan Experts meeting at JDF, PMC in 2018, and Morph Madness in Plano. So I've heard of Fan Expo, but I've never heard of Morph Madness. I'm guessing that is a one-off, or is that a con that's carrying on? I was there in 2018 as well at Power MorphCon. Like one thing I am going to try and do is I'm going to play a game at the next Power MorphCon. It'd be the one probably after. Is we've seen like the actors when they're not in suits. So I'm gonna play a game called Are You a Power Ranger? And this is the thing, if I remember, if not, please remind me, where I'm gonna ask random people at Power MorphCon, Are you a Power Ranger? And then just see and just literally put that in and be like, hey guys, today we're gonna be playing a game of Are You a Power Ranger? In this game is basically what we're going to do is walk around and go, are you a Power Ranger? Ask them a few questions, see if they are, and then when they come into the series, this will be the first video, and then see if that happens. Because when they did the Dino Charge reveal, you had Claire, who was the Purple Ranger, and she was at the back of the thing, and no one knew it. She was there, and then you had the same thing as with the girl who played Roxy. She was there, and no one knew. And I want to know. I just want to go. I think you are, and do it every year, and then that's it. I think that'll be a fun game. I love games. I like the British word game. I'm gonna do it. It needs to happen. Okay. My first con was Paris. I had dinner with. Oh, I absolutely hate you. Oh, she's one of my ultimate crushes. It's what got me into going to them. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Jake. Eliza Dishku. Oh, first crush from Buffy. I'm trying to keep myself busy, but doing school, playing video games, watching videos, and making videos. Well, if you do end up going to cons and stuff like that, it's a very good way of bringing in more content. So I don't know what sort of, I don't think I've seen your videos, but if you want to try and like make more like vlogs and stuff like that, cons are a very good way. Like cosplay music videos, they're really like popular. I haven't done one for years. I think I did Northcon was my last one or something, but it'd be cool. I think it's an interesting way. It gives more content, and then you can when you have conversations with people, it sparks more stuff. And excited for the Time Force Wizard Con. Oh, it's this like everyone's doing like cons online. I can I actually open like does it? let's have a look. Um, okay, I can't actually do it. So if you send me a message to your channel, I will look at your videos after this or tomorrow because it's getting kind of late. I'm getting a little bit tired, um, but it won't let me link. Um, yeah, um, oh yeah, the Time Force panel. I only recently heard about that one, but I'm guessing they're all going to be on for an hour. It's Wizard World. Okay, I've heard bad things about Wizard World in the past, but I'm guessing it's going to be a thing where they all sit in front of the computer and then they turn around and say, "Yeah, any camera HD." Oh well, that's how I see it. If your phone has a HD camera, that's how use your phone. But DSLR cameras, I don't know where mine is actually. It's probably somewhere. Oh, it's on my bed. But yeah, I spent. I think my first camera when I first started doing all this was a HD JVC camera that my dad. He like when I graduated, he sent me some money in a book, way to get around things, and I bought a camera. Computer cameras are fine. So yeah, it was that was my first camera, and that I think that cost me I think 60 or 80 pounds, and I used that for such a long time. Like I'm very tempted to actually look back at my old videos because I used to sound so different when I started doing this. Um, Save any sort of thing. Like I know cameras are a lot cheaper now, but if you're using a camera for your computer, then that's absolutely fine. I got a call with my cousin. B started crying and asked me what would be Power Rangers 20th season, and I said check YouTube, and he cried loud. Is it a good crying or bad crying? Because I can imagine like check YouTube. Oh my god, no, that's it. Um, it's 50 for 2 min video chat and 50 for a recorded message. Okay, like, do they send autographs to your house? Because that's one thing I've generally kind of thought of. Is like, I understand that they go, oh, here it is the autograph, but do they send it to your head? Oh, it's bad crime. Ah, and there you go. Okay, that's fine. People on Twitter. Let's go. Boom Studios. People commenting. Uh, okay, there are people there. I probably look at Twitter later. Um, yes, they do. I don't know why you're attracting messages, Power Dear. It's absolutely fine. If he's bad crying, it's bad crying. When I heard things, oh my god, yes, that's even further doing it for you. Um, I'll check it out. I know that I, I mean, I like. Pardon me, so much wind. Damn it! It's the drink, Rambina. I know, like with a lot of like cons, are doing a lot of online stuff, which I think is kind of good. Um, but I don't know. I think I like in person ones more. I like the idea of like if you can't do it, it's great because you get like that kind of one-on-one time, and it's like questions will pop up, and they'll probably have a moderator and stuff like that. So I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, I think I might check it out. Uh, I've never had Hershey's Kisses. I like Hershey chocolate bar. I know my friends are like, "Oh, we hate that." It's just like it's so good. It tastes so good. Uh, but yeah, so I think I'm going to give it a few more minutes and then call it a day because it's been quite a long video, like 3 hours. It's like it's nighttime. It's so dark. That's why it's nighttime, Mark. Well done on that one. I used to. Don't like taco. I think I've only had like one or two tacos. No, I've had wraps more. I've never had the taco shells. Um, but then again, we don't really have much here in the UK for that sort of stuff. It's maybe I think we have like maybe a couple of Taco Bells, but they do not. They're not where I'm from. I have been here for an hour. I'm glad that you've joined us, Grant, for an hour. It's been nice having you. I know this is like again. I said that this. I only thought this would be like half an hour, but it's been ages since I've done it. Nachos, yeah. We've got nachos here. It's easy enough to make them anyway. It's just the cheese. So much cheese. That was a fun stream. Well, I'm glad that you've enjoyed it. I want to do more. I'm thinking about doing a Twitch. Well, I've got a Twitch account, so I'm thinking about doing the same sort of thing. For ages, I've been like wanting to know where I can sit down and stream because downstairs, obviously, I can't do it until much later. So it'd be roughly now that I would be starting. Um, so yeah, I found my walls of dream, which I'm going to be putting up some stuff. I'm going to show you some stuff again. Like I'm going to have a look and see what I can. So I really like. I think like the Twitch streams I'll put on into YouTube and stuff, so people can still see the videos. It's something I kind of really want to play with. So I'm trying to find some stuff that I kind of really want to put up, but I'm thinking of stuff like this. So like little things like these that will go on the wall, that would look kind of cool. I quite like that. Just one thing, like American sizes on this sort of stuff is like really hard to find. And then like I'm not gonna show everything, but there's like little things like I've got like say maybe I should just put like that up, just really like or like that one and just really piss everyone off. Be like, hi guys, welcome to this, and then we're like, I hate Super Mega Force. Or like that one. I think that would be kind of really cool on that one. You don't have to pay. Twitch is free, from what I understand, and the way that I see it is that if it's free, use it. You know, and you know, you've been on here for like multiple times, so I'm more than fine. Just come and join. I know with Twitch it's weird. No, you don't have to pay. Should we try this out? Because let's try it live on stream. Let's go to Twitch. That's Twitter. No, so don't. The way that I understand how the way that Twitch works is if it's the poster with all the Rangers, that has taken me since 2010 until I think a few years ago to actually get it like finished. That was the first time I met Jason David Frank, and it wasn't a good thing. So I'm just going to go randomly.
Before the 20 colors?
No, I don't want other people's things. Okay, so chill with Jill. Okay. So I'm in her like in a thingy, and the Super Mega Force one I think was free at thingy art. So I think you have to follow. And then no, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, let's try Super Butterbun. Oh yeah, that's fine. But I don't think you have to kind of pay to chat. If it is, it's stupid. So I wouldn't put it up on a paywall. I'd let people talk normally. Yeah, I will look into this because I'm thingy, but I'm still going to do YouTube, like YouTube ones. So you'll always be welcome. I know you. So with subscriptions and follows, you can follow for free. But then with when you subscribe, you have to pay. But following is free, and that's what I'd want people to do: follow for free. But I am very new to Twitch. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I am still going to be on YouTube because I've been doing this for such a long time. But I would always more like do live streams like this, and we can do YouTube gaming as well. So I'll switch between those so people can comment. Pretty much like it's just literally me just going to be going, yeah, That's it. I might live stream tomorrow. Yeah, if you do, I will. If you send me a link, I will subscribe and stuff like that, so I can see it. The only time for me is if no one knows, I will tell everyone here, for the 5 people that's still here, that I'm going to be doing with a live stream, a panel. Let me jump back to Twitter to get all the details. I tweeted this out, so so I tweeted out, if you're not following me on Twitter, it is at Mainstream Live, because someone has Ellen. God damn it. So the Power Rangers guy is doing a panel, which is at 2 p.m. EST time, which for me is 7 p.m. here, because time difference and all. So we've got quite a few people on here, that some people that I know and some people that I don't. But I am very much looking forward to being on a panel. I've never done a panel before, so this is going to be good. So if you are following me on Twitter, or go look at the Power Rangers guy. I don't know if he's still in here, but we will all be chatting, and you can ask, leave questions. So I'm guessing he's going to be a moderator, and then do it. I don't know. Does anyone have any questions? Not on this one, but yeah, it's going to be cool. I am fine. Let's do that. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. It'd be very cool. I'm guessing it may turn into something like this stream, where we do it. So how do I see send you a link? If right, hang on. Let's have a look. Let's try something. I already found it. There you go. Found it. There we go. It's fine. So I'm now following you. There you go. So I will check out your videos in a bit. My Wi-Fi, so I had to start. Oh, okay, that's fine, dear. Power dear. Okay. But right, I think I'm going to end it there because it's been a little bit too long. I am a little bit tired now. So I want to say thank you very much for joining me in this lovely stream. It's been nice having you all here. And I'm guessing you like it, so I'll do another one possibly next week. But I'll give more kind of a time and stuff like that. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to make fun of your voice, man. I am not a person that makes fun of people. So I will not make fun of your voice. So cool. Right, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Oh yeah, it's if you copy and paste his username into YouTube's search bar, it will pop up. May the power protect you all as well. I will see you later. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next live stream or video. But yeah, cool. See you later, guys. Bye.